Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these rats.
All right, we are once again back in the Thunderdome.
Deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of
Let's
my
go.
game. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you reach your famous. The algorithm.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing?
Going viral cause my Zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet.
Hey,
Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they use my ex, that mean they left me. They don't give me pause.
Let's
they
go.
test me. I stand with my chest because I made it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Hey,
Call me the master with a new whip.
I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
It was.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sheena Smith, good morning.
It's like deja vu.
It really is like deja
It's
vu.
like
Good
deja
morning.
vu. It's like deja vu.
Hey.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. It's return of the man, they say I'm off the rails. I can't wait for you, I get it for myself. So many places to be.
Good morning, Jackie.
Act like you did it before we start trending. Don't mistake me for a lame or goofy.
Hey, rockstar life is like a movie. Big E classified.
Hollywood, where you be at? I remember when I used to drive a Fiat. Now they looking for me like a Ray Epps.
It's a conspiracy how I keep on getting checks. Sheena Smith, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. All right, DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. For those of you who do not know who I am, let's get started, all right? I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H, it stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. You might as well imagine that my hands are resting on a stack of Bibles, right? That's how honest I am. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. Now, here's the thing. Just because your feelings are hurt, that doesn't mean I owe you an apology. If anything, that might mean you need to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast, right? And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. All right, now many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok, all right? What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, right? And it's getting hard to keep up with them. I mean, every time you turn on the news, every time you go onto your social media platform, these people are doing some of the most criminal things we've ever seen, some of the most disgusting, dirty deeds we've ever seen. And quiet as it is kept, what we do know that day in and day out, Donald Trump supporters try to hide all of this stuff from the American people in order to prop Donald Trump up to make him look like he's something he's not. You know, they're trying to make him look like he's fit to be president of the United States. And we all know Donald Trump isn't fit to be president of the United States, all right? The only thing Donald Trump is fit to be is probably sent to a jail cell, a prison cell in the state of New York in Rikers Island, right? So listen up. If you are a Trump supporter, all right, one of these thugs out here, One of these folks out here who are proud to serve, not your country. You thought I was gonna say proud to serve your country, right? No, you're proud to serve Donald Trump. I got some bad news for you. You might want to leave this live and go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts. You know who those fake TikTok hosts are? They wear these red hats. You ever seen these fake TikTok hosts? They wear red hats. Some of them are in disguise now. They don't wear the red hats. But you can go to their platforms. You look on their profile. It says, lawyer for Donald Trump. It'll say legal guru, stuff like that. And you'll go into their lives. And what they'll be doing is saying stuff like, I want to debate. I want to debate. And all they do is really try to defend Donald Trump. And they're real terrible at it because, listen, if they were really good at defending Donald Trump wouldn't have been convicted, right? So you go. So, man, it's easy to tell you're lying. Oh, wait a second. If someone said they're lying, hold on a second. I don't, the show hasn't even gotten started. And they said that I'm lying. I'm a little concerned about this knucklehead that's saying that I'm lying. I sent you a guest request. Come up in the box real quickly and explain to me what I'm lying about because I haven't even gotten started. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, they don't want to come up in the box and really defend this guy, Donald Trump, the one that they worship. So guess what, MAGA? Like I said at the top of the show, if you are allergic to the truth, or as my good friend Brother Swervin likes to say, you're lactose intolerant, you might want to leave this live right now because it's going to get real ugly, all right? Seriously. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
You hear that?
Come back if you want. Don't come back.
Yeah.
It's okay too.
Yeah.
But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Bingo. All right, let's get this show started. Someone was asking me to explain the Constitution. I don't got to explain a single thing to you. One thing I will explain to you is this, though. Donald J. Trump will never, ever be above the United States Constitution. Now, you go explain to me why Donald Trump, for some strange reason, thinks he should have been above the United States Constitution. And you know exactly what I am talking about, you liar. I would have brought you up, but get this. I looked on your profile, and there's no option to bring you up in the box. So what does that tell someone like me? Tells me that either one, you've been reported for misinformation, or two, you don't know how to use the app. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give this knucklehead in my chat, what's his name? I don't like to do it, but you know what? We're going to do it. I want to give Top Gun Al our first honorable round of booze and shame. All right? Let's get those tomatoes out, those cans, and get it, the subscribers, get the booze out. Let's give Top Gun Al a round of booze and shame because he tripped, fell, and stumbled into the wrong live, and he thinks we care about how he feels when the truth is, I could care less how you feel. As far as I'm concerned, Top Gun Al, you deserve to go straight to the pits of hell, probably the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and shame. Bye, Top Gun Al.
Silence, you never demon.
Wait a minute. See, y'all want to get me started this bright and early, and I didn't really want to get up in here and get started. Let me see what we got over here. All right, Jessica, come on up here, Jessica. What do you mean? We do this every day. I don't know if you're promoting the show or not. So, Jessica, I sent you an invite. Could you come up here and explain what we do every day, Jessica? Because when you said that, I don't know if that was a plug. You're trying to promote the wonderful work me and my friends do on TikTok, getting the truth out there to the American people. All right. Or are you saying something different, Jessica? I'm serious because, I want to get this right, Jessica, because I strive to have the highest level of customer service. When you come into my live, I want you to come up here and explain before I bring this heavy hammer of truth. So, Jessica, I would hate to think, Jessica. I'm not talking about the good Jessicas out there because there's a lot of great Jessicas out there, but I'm talking about the Jessica in my chat who, for some strange reason, I got the impression that she was possessed with the MAGA demon. Okay, well, Jessica, I sent you a request, Jessica, but I guess you were afraid to come to the light, right? So I'm not even going to play around with it, Jessica. You gave me the wrong something didn't feel right about what you said, Jessica. So you know what, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Jessica with the MAGA demon in the chat a round of boos and shame. Sorry, Jessica. You could have came up here and cleared it. You could have cleared it up this morning, Jessica, but you chose to stay in the chat.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
Let's get started with some of today's topics, all right? You know what we do over here, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, I do not allow Trump supporters to be victims around me. Many of you who've been following me for quite a while, you all know that I used to bend over backwards, but keep it clean, right? And hear them out and try to meet them where they were, because I believe that there, deep down inside of these MAGA folks, there was a decent human being in there. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we've ran across all these MAGA characters on TikTok, and I'm firmly convinced that there is not a Trump supporter out there that has any goodness in their heart. For the most part, these are some of the most corrupt, evil, and deranged people I have ever seen and spoken with. And I'm so glad I don't got to deal with you folks in real life, because at this point, I'm like one step away from calling the police on a lot of them, right? You all are some of the most disgusting folks I've ever ran across. All right, so let's get this show started about, Morning Joe. Sometimes he kicks it off, him and his crew, they kick it off very well. Morning Joe and Mika, all right? And they're mocking scared Trump, peddling this Biden energy drink narrative to explain why Donald Trump is going to lose this debate, all right? So, I mean, we all heard it, but you know what? I need a good chuckle in the morning, all right? So bear with me, and let's listen to Morning Joe lay into, actually, I would say he's laying into MAGA, but I think he's saying this because he knows Donald Trump watches his show every morning, and he wants Donald Trump to know we're on to him.
Trump is scared out of his mind. Mm-hmm. He's whining and whimpering because Joe Biden may just beat him really badly.
Tell him, Joe.
I don't know. You tell me why are they running so scared from Joe Biden, a guy who they've spent the last 8 years saying is out of his mind?
First of all, I love a mountain.
Any Trump supporters can answer that question. Why is Donald Trump getting so scared of Joe Biden? You know, he had that little rally. Should I call him Crooked Joe or Sleepy Joe? And you all said he should be called Sleepy Joe. So why is Donald Trump all of a sudden afraid of this guy? I give you a little hint, Mag. I can give you a little hint. Donald Trump knows the truth. Just like, you know, he lied to you all and said that he was going to beat this case in New York. And we saw every single day Alvin Bragg tighten up those screws of justice until they actually click, tightened. And they got that guilty plea out of him, right? Not, well, it wasn't a guilty plea, but they convicted him. All right. This is what's going to happen. Joe Biden is tightening it up. And when he gets on stage with Joe Biden, Donald Trump is going to lose. So Donald Trump is out here spreading misinformation. Get him, Morning Joe. Let's go. Hold on.
He's out of his mind.
First of all, I love a Mountain Dew. Have for a very long time. It's a safe and legal way to keep yourself jacked up if you're studying for a test in college or something like that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is remarkable that this is the entire argument. We saw it. We're going to play more of it again. You heard a little of it from Speaker Johnson, sort of dabbling in it yesterday as well, saying, we're expecting Joe Biden to do well, is what they're saying to the public, and we need a reason why he did well. Whether it's Mountain Dew or much worse, as President Trump and others have suggested, some kind of a drug that he might be on. They watched the State of the Union address. They were frankly surprised by how good he was, how energetic he was, how strong he was, and they needed some way to explain it away. So now here we are ahead of the debate. You have just, again, we talk about split screens a lot. You have the President of the United States at Camp David preparing for this debate, how to handle Donald Trump, how to talk through the issues and his accomplishments. And on the other side of it, Jonathan Lemire, you have a camp that is talking almost exclusively about cocaine, about Mountain Dew, and about how the debate moderators are on the side of the President of the United States. Again, that doesn't feel like a winning hand going into this.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Once again, Donald Trump, you heard of election interference. This is what I'm going to call this. This is debate interference that Donald Trump is engaging in. When you can't win, you got to start lying and cheating and getting into, what is our word in the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen? Schemes. Can you all say schemes with Zeus this morning, MAGA? Say schemes, all right? Donald Trump is once again engaging in some of his schemes to try to explain away to all of his soldiers out there why he's going to lose to President Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, Crooked Joe, all right? And it's not going to work because guess what happened? He ended up writing a check with his mouth that his behind couldn't cash. He didn't think Sleepy Joe would actually take him up on his offer while he was out there outside of that courthouse demanding that he debate Joe Biden. And what I know is that if there's anyone on that stuff, it's Donald J. Trump. Have you ever heard Donald Trump talking? You can hear him sniffing. I know those signs. He always is asking for a Diet Coke. I mean, what is this man really on? Dr. Ronnie Jackson, whatever his name is? Yeah. We got the receipts. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump, scared Donald Trump and his supporters, every single one of his supporters in here that are making an excuse for why Donald Trump is going to lose to Joe Biden. Join me in giving them what they deserve. A round of boos and shame. Y'all make it so easy.
Silence! You never demon!
Thank you, Morning Joe, once again for standing in the gap and helping the American people understand. Like, for instance, I'll say this to you, Trump supporters. I'm not surprised Joe Biden is going to beat Donald Trump. Because look at all the things Joe Biden has done in his first term in office. He hasn't even been impeached yet. Donald Trump managed to be impeached twice before he got out of office. So I know Joe Biden is fully present. I don't believe in these conspiracy theories. Oh, who's running the country? Oh, Obama got a microphone in his ear and Joe Biden is just repeating everything Obama says. If you believe that, something's wrong with you. You need to go get your mind checked, all right? And to the Trump supporters that keep coming up into my live and they go, Zeus, don't you think Joe Biden needs a cognitive test? No, I think you need a cognitive test. I think every Trump supporter needs a cognitive test, right? Right? Moving on to our next topic. New pictures show nuclear secrets stashed besides the Diet Cokes. Oh my goodness. What is up with this man? I mean, I don't know if you can see the Diet Cokes right there, ladies and gentlemen, but look. You see the Diet Cokes right there, ladies and gentlemen? You see the Diet Cokes right there? This is woo, I tell you. What this shows me is what Donald Trump's priorities are. All right, because when you're addicted, all right, and you're committing crimes like this, you end up revealing how you think, how you behave, all right? You go to a person's house, you look at how they organize, you can kind of tell how this person is. And I'm saying to myself, here we go again with the Diet Cokes. When he was talking about the classified documents, right? I can't believe this. We heard him on the audio tape bragging about the classified documents. We've seen him at the White House, when he handed out those cheeseburgers to those folks that visited him, right? The Diet Cokes are there. And now it's like his signature crime. It's just like the signature whenever he commits a crime. You ever seen those Batman movies and cartoons and stuff like that? Whenever the criminal, they leave their mark at the crime scene, they leave their signature or something. Donald Trump's signature that he's committing a crime or has committed one seems to be these Diet Cokes, right? I don't get it. What's the obsession with these Diet Cokes? In the interview, when he was talking about the Diet Coke, he was bragging about the classified documents, and then he said, could someone please pass me a Diet Coke? Crime. And then now we get these, oh my goodness, your life contains things. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna keep going. If it goes down, who cares, right? We're gonna continue, ladies and gentlemen. New pictures, so nuclear secrets stashed besides Diet Cokes. All right. Original reporting and analysis from Washington, D.C. is this. When Donald Trump was indicted last year for pilfering classified documents from the White House, court filings included a photo of state secrets stashed through his country club turned residence in, among other unsecured spaces, a ballroom, bathroom, and Donald Trump's bedroom. On Monday night, following Trump's latest disingenuous contention that the FBI agents who seized and reviewed the contents of boxes upon boxes of sensitive material stored at Mar-a-Lago failed to maintain the exact order of the documents within, which Trump now claims somehow exonerates him. Government lawyers filed a scathing response letter letting the air out of Trump's contentions. Far from the neatly ordered system under which Trump, a notorious pack rat, doesn't he look like he lives like a pack rat, ladies and gentlemen, maintained a precise inventory of important documents. Special prosecutor Jack Smith, along with prosecutors Jay Bratt and David Harbach, noted the cluttered collection of keepsakes which traveled from one readily accessible location to another around the Palm Beach, Florida club. This is not a case where reams of identically seized documents were stacked neatly in file folders or red wells, arrayed perfectly within a box. The filing states to anyone other than Trump, the boxes had no apparent organization whatsoever. Trump kept highly guarded secrets in boxes with personally chosen keepsakes of various sizes and shapes from his presidency. Newspapers, thank you notes, Christmas ornaments, magazines, clothings, and photographs of himself and others, the government filing goes on. After they landed in the stacks in the storage room, several boxes fell and splayed their contents on the floor, and boxes were moved to Trump's residence on more than one occasion so he could review and pick through them. The filing continues against the backdrop of this haphazard manner in which Trump chose to maintain his boxes. He now claims the precise order of the items within the boxes when they left the White House was critical to his defense, and what more, the FBI agents executing the search warrant. Smith, Bratt, and Harbach included a few exhibits to back up their position, with numerous previously unseen pictures. Have you all seen these pictures right here? Just in case you haven't, look at these photos, ladies and gentlemen. One shows assorted wadded up golf shirts. All right, where are those golf shirts right there? There you go. No. Do we have the golf shirts right there, ladies and gentlemen? Look at those golf shirts. All right, side by side with a folder marked confidential. Another shows extremely sensitive defense-related documents carelessly stacked up on the floor besides cases of Diet Coke, a Hermes tie box, and a Save America cap, several toppled boxes with papers, binders, folders spilling out, and a box containing a Christmas pillow and a random length of bubble wrap beneath which, as national security analyst and writer Marcy Wheeler pointed out, at least one document prosecutors say was related to America's nuclear weapons program. I'm not lying, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at the crime scene, all right? We got the Diet Cokes, all right? We got the classified documents. We got the evidence to prove that Donald J. Trump is definitely guilty of committing such crime. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, with this being the case, let's proceed and move forward by doing what we came to do, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump once again another round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's move it along, all right? We don't got much time up here, all right? You know, they're doing all kinds of wild things out there. A lot of people think that I'm making things up, and that's fine with me, all right? That's totally fine. Oh, my goodness, all right? But what we want to do is make sure we get the truth out there so the American people are as informed as they can be. And you must, and I see there's some dissension in my comment section. So let me say this again, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You
hear this, MAGA? You hear this, MAGA? Wait a second. I'm seeing some misinformation in my chat. Hold on. Printmaster Studios. Won't you come on up here real quickly, all right? Come on up here real quick, Printmaster Studios. What Master Studios? Won't you come on up here real quickly, all right? Come on up here real quick, Printmaster Studios. What is getting to you this morning, all right? What is good? Good morning, G-Man. What's getting to these Trump supporters this morning? You don't like the truth? You don't like the truth? All I've been doing is getting out here and telling the truth, all right? Nothing but the truth, so help me God, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give this guy in the chat another round of boos and shame, all right? Because they're afraid to come into the light because they love darkness. Printmaster, let's give Printmaster a round of boos and shame. Hi, Printmaster. You have nothing. You have nothing of value to offer this. All right. Donald Trump is being mocked after claiming he was tortured in the Georgia jail booking after turning himself in voluntarily. All right. You can't make this up. Donald Trump is being ridiculed on social media after claiming in a fundraising email to supporters that he was tortured at his Georgia arraignment last week. All right. Last August, I'm so sorry. All right, let's see if we can get this thing up here and get it going. All right, this is Donald J. Trump once again, ladies and gentlemen, crying his behind off. All right, let's see if we have it. All right, let's see if I can get it up here. Oh, there. Oh, it doesn't show it. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just continue to update you all. Donald, quote, I want you to remember what they did to me, the Republican presidential candidate campaign wrote in its latest email. They tortured me in the Fulton County Jail and took my mugshot. So guess what? I put it on a mug for the whole world to see. Sure enough, the same dispatch offers coffee cups and sales bearing precisely that image, available with suggested donations of $47 or $100. The former amount, a nod to his ambition of becoming America's 47th president. The email is characteristically hyperbolic throughout. Also contains a special message from Trump that reads, I've been raided, indicted, and convicted in a rigged trial. Despite all of what they throw at me, I will never surrender. Can I count on your sustained support today? You will be the reason we take back our country. You know what that is, right, MAGA? You know what that is? That's just a little bit of, that's what we call a grift.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25. I know that times could be tough, and they are tough under this horrible president that we have, Crooked Joe Biden.
Yeah. I'm going through so much because I've done so little. Could you please send me everything you had? We've heard this story from Donald Trump over and over again. No one believes it except his supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters another round of boos and shame. All right. Now, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got to move it along. All right. I know we are cooking. All right. But let's move it along. All right. Next thing that I want to talk about, should we play MAGA or not, ladies and gentlemen? Should we play MAGA or not? There's a story out there. And this story right here definitely takes the cake. All right. So you know the rules, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is MAGA. All right. And then, put a 2 if you think it is other. All right. All right. Here we go. We have a wealthy white couple allegedly kept their black adopted children as slaves and locked them in a barn. Have you heard this story, ladies and gentlemen? When I heard this story, I said, you got to be kidding. Let's listen to this story real quickly, ladies and gentlemen. And then when it's all said and done, we have to vote on whether or not we think this is MAGA. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So hold on. Let's go. Hold on.
From a shelter, investigators believe they targeted these children. Specifically from a shelter because they were black, forcing them to work as slaves.
Being charged with a felony, child neglect, creating risk of injury.
The 2 children are being locked in a barn at this home on Cheyenne Lane in Sissonville.
They weren't able to locate any guardians or parental figures or anybody around the residence or the barn, and started having a conversation with 2 children that were inside the barn.
Deputies eventually forced their way into the barn, where they said they found a 16-year-old girl and 14-year-old boy inside a 20 by 14-foot room. Investigators say the teens had no way to get out of the shed, with no running water, no bathroom. The girl told deputies their parents had brought them food around 6 o'clock that morning, but said her and her brother weren't allowed in the house and were locked in the barn for long periods every day. Eyewitness News spoke to neighbors who were afraid to go on camera, but claimed multiple families called police about the children's safety several times, and they are thankful they are now safe.
Well, it's a pretty bad case. It's in any type of situation like this, it's not really comparable. A horrific condition, it's just not how you want or how you would even expect children to be raised or been taken care of.
Lance and Whitefeather eventually showed up at the home. They're now charged with child neglect, creating substantial risk of injury. The mother admitted the children were left in the shed, but reportedly told deputies they, quote, liked it.
They're trying to, get the children back in better living conditions, better placement, and the detectives will continue to investigate and build this case.
And deputies said a 3rd child, who was about 5 or 6 years old, was found alone in the main home. Now, the child was found crying and close to the railing of an approximately 15-foot drop from a loft.
The bond was initially set at $200,000 cash, and they were both able to post it. Prosecutors have said in a new complaint for forfeiture, the couple sold a $725,000 80-acre ranch in Washington State and sold their Sissonville home to post bond. And they believe both of these properties were paid for through trafficking. That will be decided in a separate court matter, but because of this, prosecutors say they found discrepancies in the financial affidavit Lance filled out for a court-appointed attorney, leading to a new charge on his indictment.
Well, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do. Do we believe that the wealthy white couple allegedly keeping their black adopted children as slaves, do we believe these folks are MAGA or not? Put a 1 in the chat if you think they're MAGA, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Let's see what the audience says. Pretty much we all agree this is a one and done. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. An overwhelming majority of you all believe this is MAGA. And this is why we continue to do the wonderful work that we do out here on this app, ladies and gentlemen. We like to show these Trump supporters exactly how they look to the American people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great honor. Join me in giving these Trump supporters once again another round of booze and shame. We're going to give them some booze and shame because guess what? Once again, we caught them trying to take us back to the good old days, all right? And we're not going back, but they're going to keep trying. Let's give them some booze and shame. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it going. All right, I know the live got the live got flagged, all right, but I'm going to keep going. But if you're wondering what's going on with the numbers, that's what happened. They put a little one of those restrictions on it, all right? But you know what? I'll keep going, all right, because the show must go on, all right? So let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. There's another thing that I wanted to bring up, all right? And I get it. I get it, Trump supporters. I totally understand. It's very uncomfortable for you to hear this kind of truth being shared out and not be triggered. But the way this show is crafted, it's crafted especially for you to help you get triggered so that at least you actually start to think before you get out here and do something crazy. Crazy like what you did on January 6th. See, I know for sure, had I been around before January 6th, that day would have never happened. It wouldn't, because you all would have been thinking about what is Zeus going to do the moment he catches wind of us doing this. And you'd have said, you know what, I don't want to be on his highlight reel. So MAGA, you should be thanking me. You should be thanking all of the folks who get out on this app and voluntarily give themselves in order to help save this country and prevent folks like you from doing something very dangerous that ultimately would backfire and make your life a living hell. I always ask Trump supporters, what were you doing 4 years ago? And I haven't met a Trump supporter that can honestly say, well, you know, Zeus, 4 years ago, I was struggling and it was bad because guess what? I was in the thick of the pandemic. None of you Trump supporters want to admit that, all right? All right, so let's keep it going. And they never show these kind of situations on TV. I agree, yeah. All right, so let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that I think we definitely need to pay attention to as well. AOC and Jamie Raskin, they moved to finally rein in Alito and Thomas. All right? Democrat Representative AOC and Jamie Raskin are introducing a new piece of legislation aimed at putting a cap on the number of values of gifts U.S. Supreme Court justices can receive. The High Court Gift Ban Act, unveiled yesterday, would prohibit justices from receiving gifts valued at more than $50 at a time or more than $100 total per year. The bill would put an $18,000 cap on gifts of personal hospitality, which are currently unregulated. Justice Clarence Thomas has been under intense scrutiny after investigations by the Senate Judiciary Committee found that he failed to include luxury vacations paid for by Republican mega donor Harlan Crow on his financial disclosure forms. Thomas has been the subject of several other complaints, including that he never paid back a loan on his RV and that he cavorted with the Koch brothers while ruling on cases that they brought to the Supreme Court. All right. Earlier this month, a report from the Judicial Watchdog Group found that Supreme Court justices had received close to a total of $3 million in gifts over the last 20 years, with more than 2.4 million of those gifts being directed solely to Clarence Thomas. Through gifts, Thomas has roughly doubled his official published income from the last 20 years. Justice Samuel Alito has similarly come under fire for accepting lavish gifts from Republican billionaires, including over-the-top, all-expense-paid vacations. Now, if you go look at the act, ladies and gentlemen, and you can go read it a little bit if you're into that, one of the things you should be aware of about this that I thought was quite interesting was what happens if you basically break the rules, right? All right, and so here you go. Let's see. What are some of the penalties, right? Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, all right, here we go. We talk about enforcement, okay? Okay, so there's civil penalties. The Attorney General may bring a civil action in any appropriate United States district for a violation of this section, the penalty for which shall be the same as the penalties for violating section 13104, which are described in section 13106, right? But then they say there's criminal penalties. In the case of knowingly and willfully violating this subsection, the criminal penalties set forth in this section shall apply. So what I think this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a start in the right direction, right? To start holding the Supreme Court justices accountable for being bought and not upholding justice. Basically, only focusing on what they can get out of this situation, right? So what I want to do is, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving judges like Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, and all these other ones who continue to be bought and paid for by these Republican mega donors, all right? Join me in giving them a round of boos and shame. Yeah. We're gonna get it right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're gonna get it right. All right. Now let's move it along. We got a couple of more topics, and then we're gonna open up these boxes and get up out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You know how this goes. You know exactly how this goes. I just want to draw your attention to this. This came out today. The Biden administration through a suit alleging that there's an alert that just flashed across my screen. I got to read it after. The Biden administration's asylum executive action decreased encounters by 40%. Let's go. President Joe Biden's executive action on asylum, which was rolled out 3 weeks ago, has decreased encounters along the border by 40%, the Biden administration said. The executive action established a rule to turn away migrants who are claiming asylum between ports of entry after there have been 7 consecutive days of more than 2,500 encounters along the southern border. The restrictions on asylum would remain in place for an additional 14 days, once daily encounters at the border fall to 7-day average of 1,500 or less. The ACLU, the Texas Civil Rights Project, and other civil rights organizations have filed separate complaints challenging the rule, saying it puts vulnerable migrants at risk. The administration claims the new rule is having an impact, but said the rule is no substitute for the bipartisan border bill, which failed to advance in the Senate in May. So, ladies and gentlemen, what this is an example of Joe Biden taking executive action to try to secure the border, because guess what? Congress failed to do it. And why did Congress fail to do it? Because they're listening to Donald J. Trump. All right. Donald Trump cries and says he wants the border and immigration to be solved and fixed, but only he can do it. And with that means his supporters, they're going to have to keep crying about it until he gets in office. And we all know that'll never happen, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, guess what we're going to do? Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve once again. Another round of boos and shame. Thank you, June, for sharing the live. You're doing excellent.
Silence! You never demon!
You're doing excellent, June. Thank you so much for sharing the live, all right? I know it's kind of a rough one, but we're just going to push through. All right, so let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do? We got to cover January 6th, all right? Let's cover January 6th, all right? Is there a Trump supporter out there that still believes Donald Trump's ridiculous claim about January 6th, all right?
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Does anyone out there still believe Donald Trump's ridiculous claim that the 2020 election was rigged? I'm looking in the audience to see. Keep us informed. Yes, Dark Bam, but yes, I will. Does anyone still believe Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged? I'm looking. Thank you. A lot of you are saying no. All right. And that's the right answer. That's the right answer, because believe it or not, there's still a bunch of supporters out here that believe the 2020 election was rigged. All right. Seriously. All right. Going once, going twice. Let's move it along. All right. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, because I think from the way I see it in the audience, never rigged. Trump tried rigging it and he was arrested. Exactly. Iron Pit. Exactly. All right. What I want to do is we have another MAGA demon, another Trump supporter that has been brought to justice. All right. But I like to give folks in the chat, the haters, you know, the Zeus haters out there, I like to give them this opportunity to come up in the box and explain why they still believe the 2020 election was rigged. All right. So to you Trump supporters out there, going once. Good morning, Gina. Nice to see you. Going twice. Good morning, Z-Pac. All right. Nice to see you. Let's move it along. All right. So we're going to cover another January 6er that has been brought to justice. And by the way, that he rigged it in his favor. All right. And by the way, I cover this. I cover this quite a bit on my platform. All right. And depending on the need, I go either deeper or I try to just keep it brief. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go straight to it. All right. What a lot of people are still confused about, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that Donald Trump lied to them when it came to the 2020 election. All right.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
So he convinced his supporters that the election was rigged. All right. And then when it came time to look at the results of the election, Donald Trump, he came out and instead of conceding to Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen, we all remember what he did. Instead of conceding, he came out and he pretty much caused his supporters to doubt the results. Listen to what he says real quick.
It's such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this?
Right. So he's convincing his supporters to doubt the results of the election, right? And so what he does next, ladies and gentlemen, is he actually convinces them, now that you doubt the results, how about you accept the results based on what I'm telling you? Listen to how he does it.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
So what he did right there is he convinced his supporters in that very moment that they should doubt the results and believe him that he actually won. Right? Yeah, you could hear him sniffing, right? Who is this YT Willie? What? Come on up here real quick, Willie. Why are you making this a difficult part of the show for Zeus? All right, Willie. Seriously, come on up here, Willie, and tell us why you're so angry and upset. I haven't lied about a single thing, Willie. All right, just listen to what I'm saying. You honestly might learn something, and I hope after you listen to what I say, you go and change your name. All right, because your name screams racist. All right, it really does. And I'm pretty sure you did that on purpose because you thought it was cute or something. Willie, you're a disgrace to this country. I hate to do it, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Willie a round of boos and shame. Bye, Willie.
You never demon.
All right. So he's now convinced his supporters that he won. Now, we all remember this so-called perfect phone call, right? You remember this?
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Right.
One more than we have.
That's the fake elector scheme, all right? So he's convinced his supporters that he lost. He's got the fake elector scheme going on, MAGA. All right, can you say scheme, MAGA? And what happens next? Well, we all remember what he did. He invited his supporters to meet him in Washington, D.C. And you know how he did it, right? He went on Twitter. Attention, Willie and all you. Remember, I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very angry. So what I need you all to do is to sell everything that you have and send the money to Zeus, all right? I mean, not Zeus, but send the money to me, all right? And then I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at an event that I am hosting called Stop the Steal. Be there All right, it's going to be wild. He invited you all to Washington, D.C. I saw it. I heard it. I said, this is terrible. And so what happened when you all got to Washington, D.C.? Let's see. We remember, you remember the pipe bomber, right? You remember the pipe bomber, Marjorie Trader Green. You remember that right there? Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes, MAGA. And what did Marjorie tell you all to do? If you don't remember, let me remind you.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building.
So she's instructing you Trump supporters to get ready. Get ready to go inside the Capitol building, right? And so all you got to do is wait for your daddy, Donald J. Trump, to give you the order. And did Donald Trump deliver? You're darn right he did. Remember this moment when him and Mike Pence had that little exchange in the White House and he goes over to Pence, buddy old pal. I got that fake elector scheme in motion and I got my soldiers waiting for me at the ellipse. All I need you to do is that thing you and I talked about, Mr. Pence. What is that? Oh, don't you dare certify those votes for Joe Biden. And Pence said, you know what, Mr. President, unfortunately, I can't do that because in order for me to do that, it would require me to place you above the United States of America's Constitution, a document that the founding fathers and the framers fought and bled for, a document to this day Americans continue to fight and bleed for. And what did Donald Trump do? He got flustered. He leaned into Mike Pence and his breath, it was smelling like Diet Cokes and Big Macs, right? And he says, you know what your problem is, Pence? You're a little too honest. And he called him the nasty P word. You know, the same P words you Christians heard him using in the Access Hollywood tape. You remember that? So he says, I'll take care of this myself. And he then tells his Secret Service to take him to the Capitol to be with his soldiers. When he gets to the ellipse, ladies and gentlemen, there was something in between, but listen, we're on a time crunch, all right? When he gets to the ellipse, ladies and gentlemen, we all remember when he showed up on stage with that disgusting trench coat and those leather gloves and Diet Coke. Seems like a crime is being committed, if you ask me. He gets on the stage, and I kid you not, I said this is not going to end well, and he encourages his soldiers, okay, the modern day Confederate soldiers that they are, he encourages them to, engage in heinous acts of violence. Listen up.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down. Anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
Right.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right. That's Donald Trump encouraging these people right here. These are all Trump supporters, right? Does that look like BLM to anyone? Is there anyone out there that thinks this is BLM or the FBI or Antifa? Does anyone out there think this is one of those groups, one of those organizations? Because this, ladies and gentlemen, from what it looks like to me, this looks like MAGA. Those are heathens. I get it, right, Jess? I agree. So this, you know, what was going on in the minds of these MAGA demons, these heathens? They kept hearing these words in their head. You want to know what some of the words they kept hearing playing over in their head while they were sitting there getting radicalized by Donald Trump and his crew? These are some of the words and phrases that were in their minds.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Right?
So, let's have trial by combat.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved.
We will never give up. We'll never concede. We don't concede when theft is involved. This is what Trump supporters had on their mind.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength.
So, let's have trial by combat.
Yeah. I would imagine that if I felt like the election was stolen from me, and I had Lieutenant Marjorie Trader Green instructing me to wait for my president to give me orders to attack the United States Capitol, and then the president of the United States actually came to the ellipse where I was at, and I heard him saying stuff like this.
And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Right. Right.
So, let's have trial by combat.
I'm pretty sure I would have been very convinced that what I'm doing going forward is obeying the President of the United States of America, all right, who's authorizing me to break the law. So to your Trump supporters that are out there, I want you to understand, I understand how you got there and why you did what you did, all right? But maybe you got to go one step further and understand that what you did was wrong and illegal. All right. So now that we all know what the mindset of the MAGA demon was that day, let's go and talk about one of Donald Trump's foot soldiers. You all know who that is. That is Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt had been radicalized by right-wing media, Donald Trump's rhetoric, and she was ready to pay the ultimate price, all right, to Donald Trump, because after all, she wanted to save her country. All right. And so let's listen to some of the stuff Ashley Babbitt was saying, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what she's saying. All right. And you could tell me if it lines up with what Donald Trump is saying or not. Just listen to what Ashley Babbitt is saying.
District. Why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete I'm telling you right now, I'm putting all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this migrant. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the border. Your people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party. Capitol and a mob, there's estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on the ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots in Trump.
Despite what the media says, there's a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots for Trump. Yeah, her voice shrieks, it shrills. It's the MAGA demon in her that's causing her to hit those vocal ranges that you typically can't hit unless you are possessed with the MAGA demon. All right, I've been doing this for a while, and I've been casting out MAGA demons for quite a while. This is a good example of what a MAGA demon will cause you to do. All right, and many of us know what happened to Ashley Babbitt on that day, right? This is the moment right before Ashley Babbitt lost her life in the battlefield. All right, remember this, MAGA? Listen up. So you can hear someone in the audio in the background saying he's got a pew pew. That should have been a big warning light on everyone's mind that perhaps we've gone too far. These people are not playing in the United States Capitol. But Ashley Babbitt, in that moment, she believed everything Donald Trump said would protect her. And she lost her life in the battlefield for Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. A woman. All right, a woman who held on to Donald Trump's lies and traveled all across the country to get there, laid down her life for her cult leader, Donald J. Trump. All right, we all witnessed this in disbelief. All right, and what did Donald Trump do when he found out that one of his foot soldiers had lost her life in the battlefield for him. What did Donald Trump do? Does anyone out there know? I'm really asking MAGA. MAGA, do you know what Donald Trump did when he found out? There you go. The chat's helping you, MAGA. All right. This is really what happened.
Information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol, and was made clear that this person had been shot. This woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
You hear that, MAGA? He didn't do a single thing. When a woman lost her life in the battlefield for his cause, 187 minutes. You know, in 187 means something. It's so interesting that he didn't do anything for 187 minutes. It's so interesting that that seems to be the moment of time that passed before he actually decided to try to help fix this mess he created. And ladies and gentlemen, this is actually January 6th, as we all recall it. This was not a peaceful protest like BLM was, right? This was not a tourist visit that had gone awry. This was a crime scene that we all witnessed on national television unfold before our very eyes, right? All right, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go with today's update about a MAGA demon who's been recently brought to justice. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Former Bob's Burger actor pled guilty to his role in the January 6th Capitol riot. An actor and comedian who voiced a character on Bob's Burgers and had roles on Better Call Saul and Mr. Show with Bob and David has agreed to plead guilty next month to federal charges connected to the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th. Jay Johnston, 55, of Los Angeles, faces charges of civil disorder, entering or remaining in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, and impeding passage through Capitol grounds or building, according to court documents filed in court in D.C. The docket for the case does not include a plea agreement. His change of plea hearing is set for July 8th. According to the court documents, he was near the front of the mob illegally amassed in the West Plaza of the Capitol building on January 6th. After police officers in the area were forced to retreat, Johnston, along with others, allegedly pursued the police to the Lower West Terrace and into the tunnel that leads into the Capitol. At about 3:05, he entered the tunnel, the documents allege. While inside the tunnel, Johnston was allegedly handed a stolen United States Capitol Police riot shield, by other rioters. Then he participated with other rioters in a group push effort against the police in the tunnel. He allegedly then walked back towards the entrance of the tunnel before turning around again and participating in another group push effort during which the crowd called "Heave Ho" as it pushed against the police. He left the tunnel at around 3:13 p.m. carrying another stolen United States Capitol Police riot shield, which he handed to another rioter as he exited the tunnel, the police says. You see, ladies and gentlemen, what's done in the dark seems to be coming to light, right? And this is another example of what happens when you follow Donald J. Trump straight to the pits of hell, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Jay Johnston, all right, an actor and a comedian who wanted to use his talents not for good, but for evil, right? He wanted to act like a soldier that day, right? He thought it was funny to go to D.C. and obey Donald Trump that day, right? So let's give him what he wants, all right? We're going to give him the ultimate MAGA reward today, ladies and gentlemen. First, let's give him a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you
Maca Demon.
All right, and since he wants to be a soldier so bad, let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who
January 6th, all right, is now telling you all that you will pay and that you do not represent, right, is now telling you all that you will pay and that you do not represent. The world is only laughing at MAGA, all right? The reason that the world is only laughing at MAGA, all right? The reason they're laughing at you, Trump supporters, is because you wear those ridiculous. Is it lagging? Jesus Christ! Sorry if it's lagging. I don't know. It's a challenging live. All right. I could have restarted, but I said, you know what? Let's just push through. It is what it is. All right. They're laughing at the rest of you because you're all in a circus. They see you wearing these. Okay, you left and then you came back. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Some days are just really good. Other days are like this. And I do know that something came up. It was a restriction on the live because apparently these people are out here crying. Oh, well. They're laughing at you, Trump supporters, because they know that you're all in a big circus, right? And it is a circus because look at what Donald Trump does. He does exactly what a clown does, right? Look at him. He puts the orange makeup on. Look at him. Look at the orange makeup he wears. And he puts it on every day, just like a clown. Don't I look so good? What he tells his supporters. A clown wears a wig. Donald Trump wakes up every day and he puts this bird's nest right there, smack dab on his cranium, right? A clown, you ever seen a clown that got that thing around its waist with that suit on, that ridiculous suit? He puts on that same crumpled blue suit with that ridiculous tie, and he gets on his social media platform and gives you all your daily orders, and he lies. And you all believe him. I've never met a Trump supporter that said, Donald Trump said this, and I said, well, hold on a second. Let me go look that up. No, you all believe Donald Trump. Anything he posts on his platform, anything he says, you believe it without a doubt, all right? And this is why the rest of the world is laughing at you, all right? And he's selling you stuff to get your money, stuff you don't need anywhere except for in a circus, right? Think about it. When was the last time you needed a golden pair of shoes except for in a circus, MAGA? You don't need that. Trump bucks. You don't need Trump bucks in your regular life. You only need that in a circus. Think about it. Trump steaks, Trump water, Trump University. I mean, anything he can think of to get you to go into your pocket and send him money, he's doing it. He's running the most successful circus ever known to mankind, and you are all in it. If I saw someone with a red hat, you know what the first thing I think? Sucker. Easy to get their money. All you got to do, complain about the border, complain about the economy, tell them you're a victim, and guess what they'll do? They won't even pay their bills. They'll just send the money straight to Donald Trump and hope Donald Trump pays the bill for them somehow. I'm telling you folks, I don't know what planet you're on, but wherever you're at, you need to get out of it right now. You really do need to get out of that cult, you Trump supporters. All right? And so with that being said, thank you, G-Man. That concludes my monologue. Let's open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, all right? Because what we do is we just want to get the truth out there. We don't got time to play around with people and coddle people. Thank you, G-Man, all right? Thank you, Zena. I appreciate that. We don't got time to allow people to get up in the box and question any of the information that we time to allow people to get up in the box and question any of the information that we are sharing out. Okay, the box is open. The goal here is to make sure that people who go and vote this November, they are these Trump supporters are making. And what is the mistake? They're voting in their own worst interest. No, it is not clickbait. Cut it out. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Good morning. G-Man, it's your birthday. We got to sing happy birthday, G-Man. I didn't know it was your birthday, G-Man. At the end of the show. Huh?
That was the first thing I was going to say. Happy birthday to G-Man.
All right, we got to sing him happy birthday. Come on up here, G-Man, at the end of the show, brother. We got you.
A true veteran, a true patriot. That's a patriot, people.
Yep.
Not somebody who put the modern day version of the triple K hood on their head in the way of a red hat that says "Make America Great Again." America's never been great. America has always had the potential of being great, but we get in our own doggone way, daggone way too much that we will never be great. The first sign of being great is apologizing for slavery. Apologizing and reparations. And I know I just triggered a whole group of people in your comments now.
Good.
I said the R word. Yes, reparations. Because you can't get over 400 years of free labor and think you don't have to pay for it ever. So if America truly wants to be great, let's atone for slavery. What's funny is we've atoned for things that we did not do, like the Holocaust. We've given those people reparations. All right.
Yep. Speak on it.
So we are the least of these. Isn't that what the Jesus said? What you do for the least of these, you all will also do for me. We are the least of these.
Bingo.
We were forced to come over here. So give us reparations. So anyway.
Tell them, Nutty.
Listen. Zeus, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of can we all just get along? Rodney King is dead and gone. Right? So the time for getting along, it died with Rodney King. It's time that we call a spade, call the devil, and just annihilate these people. Because there's nothing that we can do, especially at this point to where we are right now, to convince them that this twice impeached, 4-time indicted, 34-count criminally convicted felon is not good for this country. You could have chosen any other person with an R next to their name except for him. And you still chose him. So the time of kumbaya, I'm going to toast marshmallows and make s'mores with you. Screw you.
Tell them, Nutty.
Because I don't want to sup with you. And the fact is, this is our fault. This is our fault because we've played nice far too long. We didn't drop the we didn't drop the hammer when we should have dropped the hammer because we're like, oh, they just don't know better. They just don't know. No, this is what has gotten us into where we are right now.
You hear this clickbait? Listen.
Because we have been complacent saying, oh, they'll come around. They're never going to come around, Zeus. They're never going to come around. And this person that's down in your comments with the initials JC,
that's clickbait.
Stand for Jesus Christ, boy, bye. Blasphemy. You are the devil.
That's clickbait, Nutty.
And
he changed his name.
That's clickbait?
Yeah, because we beat him up so bad.
Nobody's the victim. You're the one that wants to be the victim so bad that you got to keep coming into this live and pretending that you don't like the live because you keep calling us liars. You keep calling us this, that, and the other, but you keep coming back. You keep coming back. You're self-deprecating. Like, seriously, if somebody beat me up as much as you've gotten beat up, I wouldn't show my doggone face. Well,
that's why he changed his name.
I wouldn't have shown my face anyway because, bruh, you ain't nothing to look at.
He really isn't.
You ain't nothing to look at.
Right?
So, anyway, we cannot be nice. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Screw it all. Y'all wanted to burn down the democracy? Then let's go. Because you know what? You got a whole troop of people that's saying the devil is a lie. We are going to be on the front line of democracy and saying you can't have it. So let's do what Rudy Giuliani said. Let's have trial by combat.
Right.
Who comes out on top? I promise you, it will not be you.
You don't think the Republican you don't think Donald Trump's base has grown since 2016?
Listen, I don't care if it has, because at the end of the day, our base is far larger than theirs.
I agree.
Ours is far larger than theirs, and we have people that's just saying, you know what, enough is enough. We're not going to take it anymore.
We're not.
So I'm not going to hold hands. I'm not going to coddle anymore. You know, there was a demon that came in Angie's live earlier, and you know they thanked him for doing it, doing this research and thanking him for coming back and apologizing. You know what? No, I'm not being nice. I'm not giving him credit because before you get in and spew BS, you should have done your homework. So I'm not giving you credit because you went and found out the truth and you came back and said, you know what, I was wrong. No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because when people give you information, instead of standing 10 toes down and arguing with folks,
what do they
be
do?
informed. Because the only thing it was is that Trump is a convicted felon. And you know they have this talking point. He's not convicted. He's not a felon until the judge enters it. That is the most asinine thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Spot on.
Have a good day, man.
All right. Hey, listen, thank you.
Your little buddy down there, as Takesha calls him, Tank Top. Tank Top. Listen, I'm not trying.
Go ahead, get Tank Top too.
I'm not trying to be
tough. 2-for-1 special right now.
I'm not trying to be tough, but one thing is for sure, and one thing is definite. If you and I were to meet face to face, you would bow down and you would bow to my greatness.
Wow.
Now, if you keep it up, I will make you get in this box and call me daddy.
Oh.
And you will like it.
Oh.
So I advise you to don't come for me. Because again, you have not heard what I said. I am no longer being nice. Decorum is out the door with me.
Thank you, Nutty. You put him in his place. Seriously.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to my good friend, Nutty Professor. Hey, hold on. My chat disappeared. Hold on a second. Yeah. Clearly, the MAGA demons are in here. They're interfering with this live. I've never seen anything like this. Is called TikTok interference, ladies and gentlemen. The MAGA demons are in here, and they're interfering with Zeus. There's a restriction on the live in case you're wondering why the numbers are so low. But you know what? I'm going to keep going. All right, it's been there since the top of the show. I was going up. Then they hit me with the restriction to try to get a guilty plea. I'm serious, folks. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
Thank you, Heaven.
I know you played MAGA or not earlier, but
yes,
I have part 2, okay?
Let's go.
There's a woman, let me bring up her picture, from PA. And she is a math teacher for a Christian school, Shalom Christian Academy. She is out on bail, a $50,000 bail, because she made advances towards one of her students.
Wow. A Christian?
Yes. It was a Christian Academy. So put a 1 in the chat if you think it's MAGA. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's something else.
How do I put 1 in the chat? Hold on, let me put 1 in. Someone put a 1 out there for Zeus. An extra 1 for me, please. Wow. MAGA. I could see the
that
demon.
MAGA?
You see this MAGA? Tell them, Jess.
You see this? So many people over here. You guys talk about protecting the children. You guys want to protect the children. You claim, oh, we got to put the 10 commandments in the schools. It's got to be required. We have to bring the kids back to the roots and get them right with God.
Thank you.
But here we are, Christians abusing the children.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wow.
What a shame.
Have you honestly, Jess, since you've been on this app, you know how we bring these stories to the forefront and talk about these Christians or these people in law enforcement in these red states that are doing this and harming children. Have you ever seen a live where people on the right do that and call these folks out?
Nope, not one. I see them talk a lot about drag queen story hour or pride. I've been seeing a lot of hate this pride. I think it's even worse than last year. But yeah, I don't see any one of them calling out their own.
Yeah, never. But they love to accuse President Biden of doing stuff like this, and
Oh my
Biden has no
goodness.
record of ever doing it. But they have no problem doing it and making it up about him.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so funny that Joe Biden or people on the left are P3DOs, but you are so blind to hold your orange Jesus accountable.
Ain't that something, Linda?
What a shame.
Linda, you're embarrassing yourself. You're
The
up
MAGA
here.
demon got a hold of her.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sick, Linda. What we're talking about, this is sick. We gave you the story earlier about the white couple, all right? That was their adopted black children. They were treating them like slaves. And you're asking for a source? And then Jess brings this up and you're still asking for a source instead of condemning it? Shame on you, Linda.
And
Sorry,
this right
Jess.
here, this is another thing to MAGA, okay? Red conservative states wanted to sue Joe Biden and his administration for social media ads, right? About like C-19 or election security and stuff. So it shows you guys are so salty that when people give you a fraction of the medicine you've dished out, you're a victim. You cry. It's a witch hunt. I didn't do anything wrong. And then when people clap back with facts, even,
Yeah.
you guys sit there and cry victim.
Mm.
Linda, you're speaking in all caps. I just know your phone is shaking in your hand right now.
Tell her,
Go
Jess.
have a
Tell
snack.
her.
Go have a sandwich in your hand.
Yeah, Linda. Keep laughing, Linda. Keep laughing.
But you know what's funny
What's
is
that, Jess?
we already know who dissented from that. It was Alito,
I'm not shocked.
Gorsuch, and Thomas.
Of course.
Yeah. So,
The
anywho's,
worst of the worst, the scum of the earth.
I heard that they're gonna be reining them in on their gifts. I think I heard that you talk about that.
Yeah,
earlier. They're gonna try to.
Yep, I brought that up.
They should. I hope
yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens. That'd be a beautiful thing. It's something that is absolutely necessary because our Supreme Court is corrupt and we all know it. Matter of fact, before I go, hold on real quick. I'm going to close it out with clickbait being a crybaby.
You got something for trash bait.
Yes, I do.
What
And
you got for
everyone else
trash
in
bait?
here. You keep coming for women. You keep coming in the comments, making nasty jokes about the queer community or making assumptions about people. Oh, did it go away? Well, here, I got this one right here.
I mean, what we're doing is, ladies and gentlemen, we're just doing the Lord's work today, as usual. I mean, we're not going to let these MAGA demons get away and not get held accountable.
Talking about down low bros, I just know you're a down low bro. It's so funny that a grown man that is like, oh goodness, 50
Wow.
something, maybe 60 something,
Yeah.
your boomer ass knows what down low bro means. My dad don't know what that means, but I mean, hey, pop off, brother.
Oh.
All
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here. Love you
All
guys.
right, all right. Love you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Jazz. Let's go. Jesus Christ, where are my comments? Every time someone comes, I'm telling you, this got to be the most challenging live out there. Hold on a second. Yes, the chat. I have to go and keep relaunching it. Yeah, we are literally, ladies and gentlemen, we are literally fighting through all of this technical difficulties. All right, so please continue to bear with me. All right, yeah. Let's see where are we at. All righty then. All right, let's go. All right, I think we're back in business. Zeus, the representative of the House, they went out the Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Okay, I don't think. Okay, hold on. All right, I think I can see the comments again. All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Where is that MAGA demon at? All right, if I see that MAGA demon again, Linda, I was going to bring Lion Linda up here to give her an opportunity to express why she is acting up in my chat. All right, let's go. How are you doing, April?
Good morning.
Good morning, April.
Tearing down those MAGA demons.
Yeah.
One at a
Yes.
time. One at a
Exactly.
time.
Exactly. I mean, they are out in force today. You would think that they would be a lot happier if they were really winning, right?
Absolutely. They're always angry.
Mm.
You know, and click, I was going to say something else, but I'm going to watch it.
Yes.
A clickbait down there that goes by the word Jesus Christ. He's prime example. Women, that is a prime specimen of MAGA trash right there.
Bingo.
That is prime specimen of MAGA.
Mm.
He I think his brain and everything is shriveled up, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
From all the steroids and testosterone shots he has to take because he doesn't produce it naturally,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that could
So
be it, April. That could be it. That could be it. You need help clickbait, you might want to lay off of that stuff seriously.
but I got a question for you, and I was just thinking about this, and I was going to speak about the Supreme Court, you know, coming down with the ruling that no, Biden didn't do anything unlawful when asking social media companies to, you know, lay back on the COVID stuff. It was hurting
Right.
America. So, did you think about this? They're bringing down all these decisions right now, and you know they're going to be going for a break.
Oh.
What if they come down and say, no, you don't have absolute immunity? You
Mm.
know, what do they, will he show up to the debate? Do you
Oh.
think, I mean, if they tell him, no, you don't have absolute immunity, we know no court cases will be heard this year.
Right.
They're all, I mean, I've heard from too many friends, you know, barrister and law and all those.
Right.
And we know that that'll be an impossible thing right now.
Right.
But I'm wondering if he'll show up.
You mean I think so? From what I understand, Donald Trump is looking for any excuse he can to avoid debating President Biden. At least that's how I'm understanding it, right? So if this turns out to be a good excuse for him to skip it, I promise you, he will skip it. Seriously.
Oh, absolutely. He can't function. Can you imagine being on his own? Look when he doesn't have a teleprompter to keep him on engaged. We're talking about sharks and batteries and washing machines with dishes in it
Yeah.
and going off the deep end like that.
Yeah.
It's complete. If you sit and listen to the man, it's complete lunacy.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's not just bad that he's such a criminal, corrupted con man and grifter. Is that I believe he's a lunatic.
You think like he's certified? You're saying he's
I think he is a certified lunatic. Listen to the man speak.
Yeah.
He has totally lost it. And you poor MAGA. I had a guy in the box yesterday that I said, if I present you with evidence, will you believe it? He said no. And I said, but I'm gonna show you. To show you the actual stuff. No, I don't believe it. It's all
Wow.
fake.
Yeah.
That's how it is. It's cultism.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why people, when they say Zeus, show me the information, a lot of times I just flat out refuse to do it because, I've had enough serious conversations with these Trump supporters, and I'm saying they all have smartphones, right? You need a smartphone to get on TikTok. Why
I
haven't
think
you looked it up yourself?
I don't understand. Well, they just have the one media source. They have Trump's words.
Yep. And,
That's it.
and they never question a single thing Donald Trump says. Never.
No, they come into lives and they're spouting the same crap we've already seen on Truth Social.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Tell them.
But I think I'm going to, and if anybody wants to come, this is the rest of this week is going to be pro Biden. We're going to just promote Biden like you've never seen. A
All right.
list of all his accomplishments coming up,
Yeah.
and put a
Good.
damper on that treacherous, criminal,
Yes.
corrupted,
Yes.
grifting,
Uh.
ugly,
Uh.
makeup wearing, wig wearing chump.
Yep.
It's over with. He has nothing on Biden.
Yeah.
And Biden's gonna show him. He's
I
gonna show
agree.
him Thursday.
Thank you. You're doing
Thank
that
you for letting
today?
me up, sweetie. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
I'm gonna start today. It's gonna be a Biden program. So
All
MAGA, you
righty.
want to join, you're just gonna have to sit back and listen because we're not gonna pay attention to your
Bingo.
crap you say.
Bingo. 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 Well, listen, I'm going to stop by and check it out, April. All right. And thank you once again for doing the wonderful work that you do. All right. To keep the truth out here and shut down these liars and these people who spread misinformation daily. All right. I appreciate
And
it.
absolutely, and I appreciate what you do too.
All
We
righty
gotta we
then.
gotta save the country.
Hey, exactly. Amen. Let's go, April. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful April a round of applause. No lies detected. You see, ladies and gentlemen, these people out here, they're struggling to be honest and hold themselves accountable when it comes to telling the truth. Who do we have up here next? I thought I seen a MAGA demon in my chat. I thought I saw a MAGA demon in my chat. All right, I didn't. Oh, okay. Where is Linda at? By the way, anyone seen Linda? I was waiting for her to send Zeus a guest request, but apparently Linda doesn't want to come up here and speak in front of everyone to explain why she continues to believe everything Donald Trump says without ever questioning it. It's the most bizarre thing I have ever seen. Uh, uh, Tina, is there something you want to say to Zeus, Tina? I know you don't want to get in this box. So if I were you, Tina, I hate to say it to you, but you might want to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast because one of the things I don't understand is how could any woman vote for Donald Trump knowing what Donald Trump has done. Yeah, you might want to have a great day. And you might be a good person, but when you vote for a person like Donald Trump, I say to myself, are you really following how this impacts you? Do you understand you're going to be crying in about 2 or 3 years after you put this man in office, just like you did during the pandemic, Tina? Yeah, I know. I know when I see what they don't like, ladies and gentlemen, is when I look at the chat every now and then and I glance and I see the people that are saying what they say and I say, you know what? I'm not even going to address them because they don't really want to come into the light. They love darkness, but every now and then I'll take one up on their offer and say, you know what? Come on into the light. And you know what they do? I gotta go, Zeus. I gotta go, Zeus, because I'm afraid to get out here and embarrass myself in front of my family and my friends. All right. So if you don't want to come into the light, Tina, that's a sign that you're on the wrong side of history. All right. And I say that with all due respect. All right. Good morning, Gabriel. How are you doing? All
Hey,
right.
Zeus, how you doing
Hey,
this wonderful morning?
I'm all right. I'm all right. How about you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to let people know your vote is important. We had a
Good.
primary last night where some people are heard that Jamal Bowman lost his seat to a more uh, moderate Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he lost his seat by 3,000 votes, folks. No,
Wow.
I'm not gonna try and gaslight you and say that money doesn't affect campaigns, because it does. But
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, your vote is the one that decides.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter how much APAC put into this other campaign against Bowman,
Right.
because 3,000 people didn't show up to vote for him. Also, what you do in Congress has consequences. Now,
What do you mean by that?
well, Jamal Bowman, as much as I liked him, and
Right.
and I share his positions on the Middle East problem.
Correct.
However, when you refuse to vote for the infrastructure bill on your district that is composed of people that are a little bit better off than most,
Mm-hmm.
it's a mixed district with a lot of people from Jewish descent and people of color that are better off than most and have a certain amount of money. You
Right.
cannot vote against stuff that will benefit them, like the infrastructure bill.
Right.
So, just food for thought.
So you're saying that he pretty much was out of touch with his constituents, right? He got in there and it became all about him and not about the people he represented. And is that a kind of a way to look at it?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he lost sight of what he's supposed to do in Congress. I got nothing against standing on principles,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta vote for the benefit of your constituents every time. You cannot pull games with legislation because you want to make a point.
Good. I agree. I agree. And that's why I said I think a lot of folks sometimes they don't really understand how government works. And this is what gets them into trouble. And this is what I saw happening with Bowman. And don't forget that fire alarm incident, right?
Yeah. Well,
Right?
I was kind of with him on that because he did it because the Republicans didn't give the Democrats enough time to read that bill before the vote. So I think he did it to.
But if that would have been the only thing, I could go along with that. But when you get in there and it starts looking like it's all about you, this is when I think people start to get a little nervous about what'll happen again, right? If we keep you in there, it's going to be more about you and less about the people. So it's a reminder that the elections aren't rigged,
Yep.
right? It is what it is. Did anyone? I also heard he conceded. He conceded, correct?
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
How
So
patriotic. That's what a real patriotic person who cares about this country does, unlike Donald Trump. It's a sad thing that Jamal Bowman can actually do something that Donald Trump couldn't do.
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like I like to tell people, your vote matters, especially on primaries. That's where
Hmm.
it carries the most weight. So you better participate if you want to get the government you want.
Bingo. 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 All right. Well, Gabriel, thank you so much, my brother. All right. I appreciate you having the courage to come up here and tell the truth and shame the devil, my brother. All right.
Thank you, Zeus. You have
Uh,
a great day.
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Gabriel a round of applause. No lies detected. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. You see, it's a show of force this bright and early. All right, and what I want to do is to make sure everyone has the opportunity to really be heard. All right, be heard, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. Let me see if we can get that MAGA demon to come on up here and reveal themselves. All right. All right. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I invited our good friend Tina to come up in the box. All right. She comes into my chats every day. Tina, won't you come up in the box and talk to Big Zeus? Tina, come on up here, Tina. Don't worry, don't worry. I'll rein it in a bit. I really want to hear what your grievance is with the Democrats. You think Tina is great clickbait? Could you vouch for her? Clickbait. You know Tina? Seriously, you know Tina? Because I'm confused. I'm confused. What makes Tina a good person in your opinion, clickbait? Seriously. Seriously. I always see her in the chat in the comment section spewing right-wing talking points, all right? And I just invited her And you would have thought someone that loves Donald Trump, oh, because she hates Democrats? Wow, wow, wow. That's interesting. You know what? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But you know what I'll do? I'll move it on. I'll bring up the next guest. All right. All right. All right. Who do we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we got here? Kenneth, greetings. How are you?
Greetings and salutations to you.
All right. All right. This is our first time doing business, right?
Maybe. I believe so.
Oh, okay. We've done. We've talked. All right. All right. Well, listen. I thank you for turning on the camera. Right. I don't. All right. So, what I like to do is ask people questions to get a vibe for where they are, and then we go on to the 3 minutes. All right. So, first question: do you believe Donald Trump's claim that the 2020 election was rigged?
Yeah, I believe some chicanery went on. Yeah, I do.
Oh, Ken, you believe something happened?
Yeah, some irregularities. Yeah.
Okay, listen, you just failed the question, bro. Hold on. All right, Ken, next question. If you had to put one person to be responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol, who would that one person be, in your opinion?
If I had to, one person, it would probably be Donald Trump.
Okay. All right. That was good. That was good. All right. Next question. Do you know of any evidence that exists that proves Joe Biden is a criminal?
I don't know of any evidence. No.
Okay. So that's interesting. You got 2 out of the 3 correct, and I'm curious about the first question. Just curious, do you not accept the results of the election?
I have to accept them, but like I said, I thought something was going on. I mean, Biden didn't really campaign. I don't believe he had that much support, and he had like 81 million votes. That's more. If you include the black vote, that's more black votes than voted for Obama. I don't believe he got more black votes than Obama. So something was kind of
Let me ask you a
yeah.
question. Do you remember what Donald Trump's presidency ended like?
Yes, I do.
You got a job or something like that, right?
Of course.
What happens when your performance doesn't line up to the expectations in a job setting?
You usually get a warning, verbal warning, then probably about 3 of them, then you're gone.
Okay, so Donald Trump had some things happening during his presidency that let us all know his performance wasn't quite at the level it should have been, right?
No.
So, like for instance, do you remember the stock market situation
In regards to what?
towards the end of his presidency?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean,
I believe the stock market is cyclical. It goes up and down.
you see
And
that right there behind me? Like you can't see the whole picture, but you see the direction it went, right?
I believe that was during the COVID. I mean,
Yeah. So not good.
no, I mean it was a global.
No. This is just the United States stock market.
That's good. That's good. He handled it pretty well.
You think the stock market going down like that is good?
I think the way I work in manufacturing, and we were out of work for so long, and all those inventories were not being fulfilled, and considering the fact that we didn't produce anything, that's a pretty good thing right there. He did
Well,
a good job.
so that's your way of looking at it, but we're rating him. And if businesses and their profits start to go down, that's not good. So that's the stock market. All right, what about this? Oh my goodness, hold on a second. I can't even show you it. All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right, and normally I wouldn't go through all of this heartache. I really wouldn't go through this headache real quick. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me just a quick second. All right, there we go. All right, let me get the background going up, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. So we looked at the stock market. What I want to look at next. How about this one? This is the unemployment, right?
Yes.
You see, it's going up. A lot of people are unemployed now, and that kind of speaks to what you were just talking about.
No, I mean the giveaways that were provided for people who stayed on the furlough that the CDC suggested. They just stayed there. I mean, people will get free money. If they were giving away money and without working, I can understand why somebody who's been working a long time took a couple extra weeks off. So those numbers are synonymous with the global pandemic. He did a good job in maintaining what we were, and actually, we survived pretty well. We have like the best
Okay.
economy right now. We have the best economy right now out of all the pandemic affected Western nations. So
Okay, so
that
okay, so I'm gonna slow you down real quick, all right? So what I'm gonna do is help you understand what I was going to show you, all right? The other thing that I was going to show you was the gas prices. They went down, and they went down so low that it ended up costing the oil companies money to actually uh, have the gas, right? So you remember all of this was happening during Donald Trump's presidency. So my question to you is it shocking to you that when voters went to go vote, the very things you are crying about now were the very problems that were going on under his presidency, and it was a lot worse, right?
Well,
So
it
it's
wasn't that
not a
bad.
huh?
It wasn't that bad.
Well, no, but you can't just make it up, right? The country was shut down. You remember that. People were getting sick and losing their life. You remember that. It was bad, Ken, and it bothers me that you won't admit it.
No, what bothers me is that you ignore the fact that a lot of people who support Donald Trump, a lot of MAGA supporters, thought that the CDC used C-19 as a political weapon against Donald Trump. So
Okay,
he
I
still he
yeah,
overcame.
yeah. I've heard that before. But I think you just kind of you did a little move that I'm not really trying to do right now. I'm trying to at least agree that the country experienced the pandemic, Ken, and you're trying to convince me we didn't go through that.
I'm saying we did, but he handled it
Okay,
marvelously. He
no,
did a
no,
great job. He did a great job.
you really believe that?
Yeah, considering like we said, the way that the fear factors. I remember we just wanted to uh,
So Ken, I'm gonna stop you because
flatten the curve. Yeah.
I think I understand what's going on. I talk a lot about the MAGA demon on my show, and a lot of people think it's funny. In a way, it is. But there's a problem in you that's going on right now because I was raised that when you are presented with new information, you're supposed to actually use it to be better and do better, right? That's how I was just raised. So, what's going on here is I've given you new information you've probably intentionally ignored, and you're refusing to use it to be a better person. This is why I say it's a demonic force because I can't allow you to say that the pandemic was a good thing for this country and get away with it. After I know I have people that I've lost as a result of this, after I know Donald Trump lied to us about the dangers of it, after I had to live through the nation being shut down. And you're going
Yeah.
to sit here and say that never happened?
No, I said it definitely happened.
Whoa,
We
whoa,
all
whoa, whoa,
did.
whoa, 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 whoa. So it happened. Now that you admitted that, is it difficult to imagine that during that time, when Americans went to go vote, that was on their mind, and perhaps they didn't decide to reelect Donald Trump? Is that hard for you to imagine?
Uh, I think
Because you're going to go do that with Joe Biden. You think the country is terrible, right? You think he's not running it right, even though I heard you just say we have the greatest economy. You're going to go there and vote for Donald Trump because those things matter to you and you don't like how Biden is dealing with it. So, why is it so hard for you to understand that Americans during that period of time were hurting like you've never hurt in their lives before? And they said, there's just no way we're going to vote for Donald Trump. They voted for other Republicans. I don't hear them crying it was rigged. They just decided Donald Trump wasn't fit to be the president. That's not a hard thing to imagine.
if you consider the fact that I believe that most people are conscious of the fact that COVID C-19 was kind of used as that political
Wait.
hammer against Trump. And let me finish. You said I can finish. And then the fact that you talked about new information. The new information I got, besides the one you just gave me, was that Dr. Fauci admitted that many of his policies were not right. They were false, and so you have to accept those facts that the head of the CDC, who was recommending these changes in American society, admitted that his policies were wrong.
Okay,
He
okay.
admitted it.
I,
So,
I'll say this. Donald Trump disbanded the pandemic response team that Obama put into place before he left. He didn't reappoint the person in the CDC that was in China to monitor this. Because again, he's going to do everything he's going to do everything the opposite of Obama because he hates Obama. And you all do too. So it's not shocking to me that when we actually had a pandemic, Donald Trump didn't know how to respond to it. And you were in a situation where now the person you just mentioned, Dr. Fauci, you have to lean on Fauci and his team at the CDC for guidance, correct?
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
Stop.
it.
So stop right there. So if you disbanded the pandemic response team, you did it to yourself. This is a sign that Donald Trump, he's not really an intelligent person. He's just an emotional person that goes off of emotion with no thought behind it. And then look, when disaster happens, he gets people like you to sit there and say, it's not me, it's Obama, it's the Democrats, it's Fauci. It's like Donald, and if he believes the election was rigged, why the heck are you running to be a president of the United States if you believe the entire system is rigged against you? That doesn't make any sense. It's going to happen again, right? Would
I
you
think
would
it,
would
if
you
you,
go back to would you go back to a job that you think hates you after they fired you? Would you go back in there?
I think a lot of people. That's why a lot of MAGA supporters are so fervently in support of Trump, because he's a martyr. He's taken the slings and arrows. He's been persecuted by New York and their court system, persecuted by the judicial system with uh, Jack Smith. So he's a martyr. He's the only one that can. He's like the only one that can survive this. So
Here's
when he sacrifices everything for what
mm-hmm.
he feels is right in the nation, he deserves our backing and our support. I mean, he didn't have to do this.
Okay.
He's a billionaire, so he's doing it not for selfish reasons, which is a testament to him, because I believe he is a selfish guy, and his ego does drive him. But that ego is going to permit us to take our country back, and we
Okay.
support that.
Okay. So you believe he's a martyr. What is the cause he's putting his life on the line for? Is he doing something that you believe is going to help you out?
Yeah, just like any other patriot, he's a martyr for our country. Just
What is
like
he?
that.
What is the cause? What's the great thing that he's doing? Right? For instance, let's just use the example of Jesus. Right? Jesus, he laid down his life.
Mhm.
Right? So in the good book, right? So that we could at least have an opportunity to meet him in paradise, so to speak, if you believe in that. What great cause? Because when you use the word persecuted, I say I know you don't mean persecuted. Maybe you meant prosecuted.
I meant persecuted. I select my words very carefully. So when I say persecuted, I mean the politically persecuted, kind of like Mandela.
Okay. No, not like Mandela. There was social justice issues tied to what he was doing. Is Donald Trump dying for a cause that you are aligned with?
Yeah,
Like,
I believe his
do
cause.
you think Black Lives Matter?
Yes,
Okay, is Donald Trump dying for a cause like that?
the greater cause, Black Lives in America, matter, and he's fighting for America. So yes,
No, that was a yes or no question.
I mean it wasn't a good question because it wasn't
Do you
formally.
think is Donald Trump? Do you know of anything out there that proves Donald Trump is dying for Black people to help make sure we have better access and quality of life? Do you know of him dying for a cause like that? Is he
Yes,
dying for women to have access to health care and have autonomy for their bodies? Is he dying for causes like that?
he's dying
Because
for
huh?
the cause that I believe he's dying for, and he's really sacrificing for, is stopping us from involving ourselves in a land war in Europe. He's stopping us from. He's America first. He doesn't want to be beholden to NATO. in their whims. So I believe that in order to prevent our sons and daughters from losing, unaliving in Europe and fighting for
Okay,
Ukraine.
I'll say this, and then I'll say this, but I know there's people in the chat that are listening to this and they're going, "You're wrong," and they are upset about what you're saying, bro, because those things that you're talking about are not true. Donald Trump only cares about money. Whoever can pay him, that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about stopping you or any of us from having to go to war or any of the suffering we got going on, because if that was the case, you would have seen evidence of that in his first term in office.
I saw plenty of evidence of that in his first term in office.
No,
Plenty
you
of it.
didn't. No, you
Yes, I did.
didn't.
I'm telling you, I did. You can't tell me what I've seen.
What did you see? You saw him putting his life on the line for you?
I saw him. He sacrificed a lot in order to be president. He
Give me an
sacrificed.
example. Because here's the thing. If people say he donated his salary, okay, fine. But get this. He made all that money on the back end by taking money from foreign governments and overcharging the Secret Service to stay at his properties. All right? And his son, Jared Kushner, he got $2 billion. All right? Did he give any of that to you? Say yes or no if Donald Trump gave you any of the money he recorded while he was president of the United States.
I believe some of those tax breaks he gave me kind of could have constituted that. So
No, 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 no. A majority of that, listen, the tax breaks, from what I understand, it was supposed to translate into you getting an extra, what, $4,000 or $5,000 in your pocketbook every year. And also, it was supposed to save you when you go out and buy things, but I think it actually had the opposite effect, right? There's no effect of his tax breaks actually benefiting you, and the tariffs that he put into place actually ended up costing Americans a lot more.
That's not true because I work in manufacturing in Ohio. We were adversely affected by NAFTA and other bad trade deals. So Donald Trump pulling back the NAFTA, putting tariffs on foreign goods, cheaper foreign goods, subsidized by their government foreign goods, helped us in manufacturing.
Our
plants expanded. We were able to hire more people. More products were produced in America. So then again,
okay, then let's just wrap this up with one final question. I love how you got all the answers. If Donald Trump was such a good president, sir, why didn't he get reelected?
I thought we just went over that there was chicanery going on.
No. That's not how this works. The answer is he didn't get reelected because he was terrible at his job. All right, Ken? And I need you to go do the research and validate that. All right? I got to move it on. Thank you. All right? And I hope you do.
Did I win? Did I win?
I don't think you did.
I'm pretty sure I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I think I did. I mean,
How about this? We'll let the audience decide. All right? I'm going to bring up the next guest, Ken. And then I want you to listen to them tell you how you won. Fair enough?
You're a little surprised that I defeated you, right? You were all those challenges, and then you get defeated in your own live by me. You're a little surprised.
Ken,
just study more, prepare more, and you'll be better prepared next time I come up. Okay?
Ken,
I'm here to help. I'm here to help.
Ken, I got you. All right, but unfortunately, sir, you lost because just because you say answers doesn't mean that you're correct. It's I've been doing this for a while, Ken. Right? I know the MAGA demon. You'll never concede to any of the points that I'm actually bringing up. Instead, what you'll do is pivot and you'll start to repeat Donald Trump's rhetoric, even though it makes absolutely no sense. I got to move it on. This is the morning show, all right? But I promise you, you're wrong. You're wrong, bro. It's not a persecution in New York. It's a prosecution.
He had persecution.
No, Ken. I gotta move on, bro. But seriously,
and I can understand you moving on. I can understand because you threw out a challenge. You threw out the challenge and you were defeated. Now you have to move on to somebody lesser than me. It's common. It's common. I can understand. A little intimidated.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Ken what he deserves because I gotta move it on. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a Snuggles graduate right there. You know this knucklehead went to Snuggles University. Just like you can't convince Snuggles that he's wrong, now we got Black Ken coming up in my box, lying for Donald Trump, saying Donald Trump is a martyr. Sorry, mother, but I got to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Ken a round of booze and shame. Wow. righty then. All righty then. Let's. Oh my goodness! Look at the box, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'll bring up G Man. G Man, it's your birthday, brother. How are you doing? Good morning, G Man.
Hey, that
Hi.
dude think I beneath him? That samples SOB think I beneath him?
Yeah.
Man,
Well,
he
he
didn't want
does.
so delusional. I mean, really, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Really? How you sell to yourself to the devil? Donald J. Trump is a spawn of Satan.
Mm.
I know him from the get. I didn't mean to cut you off. So I'm born and raised in New York. I know more about Donald J. Trump than some of you people came into this earth. I just turned around the sun's 60th time yesterday. Thank you. Thank you, people that
Good.
support us.
Happy
Say happy
birthday, brother.
birthday.
Happy birthday. And by the way, we're gonna sing you happy birthday.
I just want you to keep the passion, keep uh, the fight. And the reason I came here, because you talk about J6, right?
Correct.
There's a lot. Yeah. See, I'm gonna give you the information. I lost a lot of friends, especially at the gym, since prior to J6, and he lost the election. They know how I am. I'm straightforward to the point because I still got the New York in me. I don't. I have no holds bar. Army veteran. Bring some facts information. Now, if this person told me about Trump, oh, he got rigged, I said, listen here, man. Trump is a bona fide liar and all that. But if you have the proof, evidence, and receipts and documented proof, I got your six. I mean, got your back.
Yeah.
Instead, Zeus, he called me name and insult, said threat. I said, you know what, Matt? I ain't scared. I know that. I had a reputation. I hadn't scared.
Yeah.
And he doubled down. I said, listen here, Alice, don't get into your feelings. Don't get emotional. Trump is very good like this, people. He used you to his own bidding things, just like he did that little video. He sent the National Guard after that. It didn't went his way. You're expendable, people. And honestly, and technically, to me, you people who do some time for J6, you got it easy. But technically, this country was at war. During that war,
Bingo.
you got treason for something else. I don't want to say it or get this band live, but you know what I meant. You got off easy.
Yeah.
For J6 to me, because technically we're still at war.
Tell them.
But and yeah, thank you everybody. Happy birthday. Keep up. Do me a favor, everybody. I'm a late boomer. I'm born 60 years ago.
Okay.
A young generation. I
All
learned
right.
a lot of stuff for your generation, and keep the passion for it. I don't want to hold your time, Zeus.
Okay.
I
Are you
just
gonna be
admire.
here? Are you gonna be here later? Because we got to celebrate your birthday in the kingdom.
Yes.
Brother.
Oh yeah. I want everybody do me a favor. Keep it every day. It's like my birthday. Keep what you're doing, man. I'm enjoying every bit of it. Keep the passion to fight. And I learned all the stuff from your creators yourself, Zeus. Remember, I went to the HVAC.
Yes.
He was doing that nonsense, and I sent that Zeus because that's your name.
Yeah.
And they was bombarded, and I'm very good at sneaky do something like that in people's lives. And the rest was history. And that's how we met, man.
Yes, sir. Let me
I'm
ask
gonna
you
go
a
back
question,
in
G-Man.
Yeah,
Let me
sure,
ask you a
sure.
question.
Sure,
I had
my man.
I was very, I would say, pretty centered in my recent conversation with that gentleman named Ken. Remember, he was just in the box before you.
Yeah.
He believes that he won. Do you believe that he won? I mean, if there is such a thing.
He's very delusional. He's just looking himself in the mirror, self-hating himself in the morning. How you look yourself in the mirror and spread that nonsense, man, tap dancing to white supremacists, which they don't give a damn about you. I'm gonna let you know that, Ken. I hope you listen to me. Back in the day, he don't want to rent apartments. There's somebody that looks like you or not. Central Five. The brothers count his money. I mean, look at his conspiracy prior to these indictments. And I'm born and raised in New York. I live in Georgia. Maybe it's the curse of the G-Man. He got convicted 34 times in New York. I can't wait what Fonnie Willis doing here in Georgia. Maybe it's the wrath of the G-Man. Because Donald J. Trump and we born and raised in New York, but we're totally freaking opposite. All right. I'm going to go in the comments.
All right.
I'm going to listen to you live.
All right.
And stay strong. And vote blue no matter who, people. Even this independent person is going to vote blue. I don't care.
All right. And we'll bring you up to sing happy birthday after. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to G-Man. No lies detected. All right. Yeah. We are moving and grooving. All right. Who do we got this morning? All right. Takesha. Good morning, Takesha. How are you doing?
Zeus.
Yes.
Zeus. Kenneth is the prime example of a reprobated mind.
Hmm.
Did you hear when he said only Trump can fix it?
Yeah.
Is that not God's job to fix everything alone? But he has put Trump in the place of the Lord?
Deranged. He's
Zeus.
deranged, Takesha. He's deranged.
And when he compared Trump to
To
Nelson
Nelson.
Mandela, Trump is paying for his crimes. He has not stood up for any black people. He is not being persecuted. Then he
Did you
gonna
hear
say
me? I
he,
asked him, I said, hey, is Donald Trump dying for black people? Is he dying for
this
BLM?
idiot said he's doing stuff that's gonna help black. Stop it. He's got to be one of those people that's wearing that black for Trump shirt. For Trump shirt. I'm embarrassed, Zeus.
Get him.
I am more embarrassed than I was when I was almost 300 pounds naked on the beach.
Oh, Takesha!
You can't be no more embarrassed than that, Zeus. Zeus, what's wrong with us?
Hey, listen. I listened to him. He turned his camera on, and then I saw that he turned it off because I said he don't want to really put that face behind these words on national television, and he lost right there.
Zeus, he the kind of man that go in the store and make sure his shirts are 100% cotton because he want to pick it.
Oh, Takesha!
He was the comfortable cotton
Ken, are you here?
He was the comfortable cotton picker.
Nasty.
That man said Trump sacrificed a lot. What did he sacrifice, Zeus?
He said something about the Ukraine conflict, perhaps. Do you recall Donald Trump sacrificing anything in that conflict?
Zeus, did he have on any army boots standing on the front line in that conflict? What did Trump do?
He got along with Vladimir Putin, I believe.
Did that help black people?
He was on his way
Did
to
it help
doing it,
black
Takesha.
people?
But if there wasn't any of those shenanigans, Takesha, he would have. He was
What did
this
he have?
close.
What did he have? A black driver and told him this was his vacation or something?
And
When he
that
went over there to Putin. I mean, what did he do for black people?
Oh, that helped bring the unemployment numbers down, Takesha.
Stop
He
the
was this.
lies, Zeus. 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 What did he do for the black race alone?
Is Ken still available? Because you know what, I would like the MAGA demon directly to answer this question.
Please answer it for me.
Ken, are you there? Okay, is the champion of MAGA out there? Ken, black champion for
Lil
MAGA.
Cotton, where you at, Lil Cotton?
Oh my gosh, Takesha, you're cracking
Where's
me up.
Lil Cotton at?
Where did Ken go? See, I told him to get back into the audience and listen to the feedback from the panelists so that he could get a good gauge on whether he won or not. If I would have won, I would have sat back and said, "Now, let me collect my praise from the panelists." And he should have came up here. Ken, are you there?
Lil Cotton said he won against you, Zeus.
I get it, but a lot of Trump supporters say that.
I'm just embarrassed at Lil Cotton though. I really am very embarrassed at his lack of education. I'm embarrassed at his lack of self-worth. I'm embarrassed that he doesn't think that he has the potential to be a leader, that he has to be a follower with his nose so far up Trump's behind, he can sniff his throat. I'm embarrassed, Zeus. These are the type of black people that are embarrassment to those of us who took the time to get educated, who take the time to read, who know that Donald Trump is not for us. He's always been against us. I am embarrassed.
You hear that? I can't even put him on. I'm not even trying to claim him, Takesha. I will be honest with you. I say, as far as I'm concerned, he's a prime candidate for hell.
Zeus, I wouldn't claim him if he was $1 million jackpot.
Nope.
I say, hey, just keep it. Just keep it.
But
Yeah.
that's what I want. I want to let you know that was an example of a reprobated mind.
Yeah.
You know, when you try to give Donald Trump the place of the Lord, you got to be ignorant.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ken is very ignorant.
Bingo. So you don't give him you're not giving him a W, Takesha?
I wouldn't give Ken a W if he had XYZ behind him.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
give him
my
an
God.
L for the loser that he is.
Bingo. All right. Ken, you're doing great, Ken. You're doing great, Ken. I mean, these people they're rating your performance, Ken, and you're taking it all home. I've never seen a champion
Zeus,
like
we
this.
gonna rename him Lay Down Lenny, because he laying down for the other side.
Lord have
Lay
mercy.
down Lenny that used to be Kenny.
Yeah.
Lay down Lenny that used to be Kenny. I'm gonna make a song about him tomorrow.
Okay, get him. Get him.
All right, Zeus.
He wanted this. I tried to steer
Yeah, I'm
him in
gonna
the
make
right.
a song about Kenny. I ain't made a song in a
I
long
tried
time.
this.
I'm gonna make a song about Kenny tonight. I'm gonna sing it tomorrow.
All right, Takesha, thank you so much. Ladies
All
and
right,
gentlemen,
sweetie.
let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. No lies detected. All right, we're bringing up people to rate deranged Kenny's performance. He was on the show today, and we all saw what he had to say. And I'm trying to see if I missed something. Ange, hello, Ange. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, Zeus?
I'm all right. Another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual. All right. Did you watch? Did you watch our good friend Ken?
I did. I've seen all of them, and I don't know where to begin. I don't know
Okay.
where to begin with them.
Yeah.
You got Your Majesty down there in his baby gap tank top down there.
Right.
What the hell are you talking about? Being rude to Takesha. Rude, rude, rude. You
Right.
know, and Ken, if you're still here, I would not want to be you. Because when Takesha writes songs,
It's
it's not going to
over.
be good. It's over. It'll be
Yeah.
over for you. I mean, it's gotten so bad that Takesha's even had to use the oil on herself. She's the Angie
Wow.
getting the oil because we all know how Angie
Wow.
can do. Yep,
Yeah.
they're bad out there, and you got trash bait down there going by Jesus Christ, making horrible comments to people. Oh, by the way, trash bait. If are you still here? Because I wanted to tell you something. When you make comments about my deceased father and you mock it,
Oh.
there are children on this app, and they see those things. So when you got your ass, you're behind roasted the other day when you decided to do that. That was my 13-year-old daughter. And I wouldn't normally
Oh.
allow that, but she saw that. And that was her grandfather that you're mocking.
Yeah.
So you need to keep that in mind there, trash bait. That's actually started out as a kids app. So
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
that in mind. Grow the hell up.
Tell them, Ange. Tell them. These are
They
some
all
sick
need to
people.
grow up.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
reporting our lives. I noticed that you said you got a.
Yeah,
Did you get a
I
flag?
got it says a restriction. There's a restriction symbol at the top, right? I mean,
Oh,
as far I consider it a great badge of courage, though, Ange.
yes. I
Yeah.
got one this morning too. And just so you know, I think this is happening because I call it their poll numbers. You know, their numbers over on the right, their lives.
Yeah.
They're lucky if they get 50 people in there because everybody's sick and tired of their lies and their nastiness. And they're
Yeah.
reporting us because they're seeing our poll numbers,
Yeah.
Zeus.
Yeah, it's surging.
Your poll numbers yesterday were over 1,000.
Surging. I was going up, and then they saw that I was getting hot, Ange, today, right? And then they said,
Well,
"We
you'll
got to
be
get
back
that."
up.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. We're not worried. We're not worried. We're still going to deliver the same quality of truth no matter what.
We'll fight through it, Zeus. We always do. I woke up
Yep.
this morning, gosh dang, migraine as usual. I said, nope, we're still going on. I'm traveling. I'm going up to Vermont to see my mother. And
Okay.
I'm going to still try to be on to get the message out.
All
right,
righty then.
right before you do. We're not quitting. So you can come and report us all you want. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere. The trash base of the world. Oh, and conservative Democrat. We have a lovely member of our kingdom down there, beautiful lady, going by Wanda,
Okay.
and she shared, and she sadly lost 5 members, her family, to C-19.
Right.
And
Sorry.
conservative Democrat decided to make some derogatory comments mocking her. Towards a
Unbelievable.
woman who lost 5 family members. That is how gross you all are. You are all just so gross.
They
I'm
are.
sorry. I got nothing else left for them. I mean, if you
Nothing.
can make comments about somebody's relatives that have been unalived, if that's somehow funny to you,
Yeah.
you ain't no Christian. Jesus Christ, get your name,
You're not.
conservative Democrat, lose that Democrat name because you're embarrassing us.
Bingo.
Embarrassing us. That's all I got.
All
I was
right.
going to come up though real quick. Trump's blustering away this morning on Truth Social. So, he's
Oh.
scared. He's scared. He's,
Yeah.
he's going. He's probably taking the Addies or something.
Yeah, yeah,
But he's
yeah.
blustering away. He's talking about there's a journalist that they're wrongfully detaining over in Russia. And he said he'll be able to get him out even
Yeah, yeah.
before he's elected.
Yeah. I
And
know
he's
what
not.
that is. That's him cooperating with Vladimir
Yes.
Putin to
He's a Russian. Yes, Zeus.
yeah.
He's a Russian operative. That's what he is. So that's no big thing. And he's not going to win. But everybody, let's not just assume that. Go vote.
All
Vote,
right.
vote, vote.
Tell them,
Thank
Ange, tell them, Ange, ladies and
Thanks for
gentlemen. Let's
having
give
me.
you're welcome. Let's give the beautiful Ange a round of applause. So that's another L. That's another L for Ken. All right. Let me see if I can get a difference of opinion up here. All right. Your Majesty, come on up here real quick. We don't got much time, Your Majesty. Just come on up here real quick. You're out there. You're behaving terribly, Your Majesty. Come on up here, real quick, and explain to us why you still believe the lies and the conspiracies, Your Majesty. All right. You saw Ken come up here. Come on and get your W, Ken. I mean, not Ken. Your Majesty. Your Majesty.
Who says I believe anything?
You believe Ken? You believe Ken got up here and ate, right? He got up here and denied.
He destroyed you like I did. I've destroyed you 4 times. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so explain how you destroy people on TikTok.
Because you cannot argue about what I
no,
say.
no. And I'm really trying to understand MAGA logic because
I'm not MAGA.
Okay, well,
Because MAGA is a movement. MAGA is a slogan.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's your opinion. Okay, so
No, it is my. It's factual.
So
Make America Great Again is a slogan.
It's that's a subset of what MAGA is.
No,
right?
it's a slogan.
No, it's MAGA is a lifestyle.
People can be part of MAGA, but MAGA can't be anything.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so whatever
So
it
is
is.
BLM? Can you be BLM or can you be part of BLM?
You could probably be both, depending on how
No, you can't be BLM. You believe in the slogan of Black Lives Matter, but you can't be Black Lives Matter.
Okay, so MAGA is a trademark. It can be, correct?
And BLM is an organization.
Okay, MAGA could be an organization if someone wanted to go
But
and make
is it?
one. Your Majesty.
But is it?
Your Majesty, listen to what I'm saying, okay? It could be anything it wants to be. If I wanted to go and make a company and brand it as MAGA, I could, assuming no one else has. You do get that. If I wanted to trademark it, I could do that. If I wanted to get a tattoo, it's a tattoo. If I wanted to make it a phrase, it's a phrase. It's anything y'all want it to be. But for the sake of what I'm saying, accept the fact that MAGA is anyone that supports Donald Trump.
No, MAGA is a slogan.
However you do it, all right? So,
MAGA is a slogan.
Okay, now next question. When you all say you won, how do you come up with that? Because to me...
Because you have a tell. You have a tell.
Can I answer the question? To me,
Go ahead.
To me, it's all about who's giving the most accurate information.
But you have a tell.
Not necessarily.
You have a tell. You have a tell.
What is that?
When you lose, you make up names about people like Tiny Tank Top Tom, or you come up with some way to disparage the person you're going up against. So we know when you lose because you make fun of the person.
Can I say this then?
What?
Isn't that what Donald Trump does?
I don't care what Donald Trump does. I'm not voting for him.
But doesn't that mean he's a loser?
I've never said he was a winner, did I?
So that means he's a loser.
No, I think he's right in the middle. He wins and he loses. So I'm not saying he is a winner. I'm not saying he's a loser.
Okay. Fine. Are you okay? So that's how you all. If I give you a nickname, you all say you won.
No, it's how you do it. I mean, you've got your minions in this show. As soon as you started calling me Tiny Tank Top Tom, what did they start doing? Hashtag Tiny Tank Top Tom or Free the T. Your minions are worse than what you say Donald Trump's are.
Has anyone?
Go ahead.
I mean, but perhaps it's not that. It's perhaps their response to the fact that you're.
No, they like to stroke your ego, is what it is. So whatever you tell them to do, like when you say, "Oh, let's give them all booze and shames." These fucking morons. And yes, I'm going to swear in your. I don't care. I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear.
No.
So these morons in your live, will do whatever you tell them to do.
Okay, so that's your opinion.
No, that's fact. They do it every day. I come in here to watch the comedy show. The reason you know Donald Trump is a clown is because you host a circus. You are a clown, so you know exactly what a clown is.
I mean, interesting. All right.
No, it's factual.
I don't agree with that.
I don't care if you agree with it.
Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a lot of projecting.
You're a clown. You know you're a clown. You come on here and you perform every single day. You perform the same show every single day. You read, you word for word, you can set a clock by your show. At 7:40, you're talking about this. 7:50, you're talking about Ashley Babbitt. I still have not seen proof that is Ashley Babbitt talking. Wait, I got a better one. What program do you use to make up your graphics?
That's G1 classified information.
See, because you won't back it up because you know you can't.
When you say make up my graphics, I'm confused. All I'm doing
the unemployment graphic, the stock market one you show, those are homemade.
Oh, is that that's your opinion?
No. Well, yeah, it is my opinion because I can't prove that you made them up. You can't prove you didn't make them up.
Tom, honestly,
you can't prove you didn't make them up.
Tom, I thank you for coming up here and letting me hear that MAGA demon that you're possessed with. I've heard enough, all right? I really have.
See, now you're going to kick me because you know I won again. If you kick me, you know I won.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get rid of Tiny Tank Top Tom and that MAGA demon that he brought into the box. Who's worse, Ken or Tiny Tank Top Tom? Put a 1 if you think it's Ken, or 2 if you think it's Tiny Tank Top Tom. Which one do you think is worse, ladies and gentlemen? I tell ya, these folks are Looney Tunes. Which one is worse, Tom? Okay, Tom, you're actually worse than Ken, which means, Ken, you did win. Wow, it's starting to make sense. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Ken and Tiny Tank Top Tom what they deserve once again. Another round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Wow.
Get even.
Wow. You two, y'all are a woo-wee. I ain't never seen anything like this in my life. I'm really just trying to have a chill situation, ladies and gentlemen, and you see what we got to deal with. All right, move the tuxedo cat. You can't make this stuff up. I'm really trying to just do the show and not get too invested in these characters, but they are on something.
Yeah. No, I know, man. You got some wild people here, and I'd be happy to talk to any of them too on my channel if they want to have a nice debate with me, because I'm always willing to talk about policy with the MAGA people, even though as useless as it might be.
Right.
I do want to talk about Jamal Bowman for a minute, because I don't think people understand exactly why he voted against the infrastructure bill in the first place, and I need to make sure people understand, because I'm a progressive. And I stick up for other progressives, okay?
Okay.
So Jamal Bowman and the squad wanted to pass the Build Back Better bill with the infrastructure bill. That did not happen. Why did they want to do that? They wanted to do that to shotgun it through so that Joe Manchin could not halt the bill and take away the
Uh-oh. Where did you go, Tuxedo?
Here's, are you with me, man?
Yeah,
All
okay,
right.
you're
Here's
back.
what you would have got, guys. You would have got the child tax credit back. You would have got child care funded by the government and various other provisions for the middle class. And that's what the squad stood for, guys. So now what happened? Because people are misinformed and AIPAC spent millions and millions of dollars on a corporate Democrat, you now have lost one of the best congressmen to ever serve. That man was for you people. He was for the middle class. He didn't want to give your money for a genocide anymore. He wanted to use it for programs to help Americans. That's America first, guys. Okay? That's what happened.
Well, I guess to your point, if that's what he was trying to do, somewhere along the line, he wouldn't you agree he lost um he wasn't as connected to his constituents in a way.
No, he was right. Joe Manchin stalled the Build Back Better bill. He coaxed Biden into taking out all of the progressive things that were in there, and you guys didn't get any of them. So no, he's very in touch with his constituents.
But why did
Money
they
matters.
but why do you think he didn't get I mean, I got to ask it though. I mean, he should have gotten reelected if that's what his constituents wanted.
He should have, but when you have an organization like AIPAC running ads that lie and pick up a corporate Democrat, they tend to lose the progressives, right? Because the Democratic Party does not back progressives, right? They had Adam Schiff backed instead of Katie Porter. Katie Porter is the one for the middle class. Adam Schiff is a corporate stooge, okay? Is he better than MAGA? Sure, he's better than MAGA. Not by much, because you're not going to get the provisions that will help the middle class
Yeah.
if you keep on voting in corporate Dems and getting rid of the progressives, guys. This is why a lot of people have lost faith in the Democrat Party, because many of them are insider traders, many of them are corporatists at this point, and they don't put in the provisions into their bills that would genuinely help you.
But my understanding is not all Democrats really are interested in being progressive, if you know what I mean.
Sure, and that's a problem for that party, right?
But it's kind of a problem on both sides. Don't you say?
How
Because
so?
I mean, I'm again, you know more about it, but I'm thinking, for instance, this conflict in Israel, people are very passionate about that on both sides. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure,
it's,
I'd agree that there's passion on both sides.
and like I see the stuff that happens. There's conflict going on about it, like real life
Sure.
people going to battle. Police have to get involved.
Yeah.
We had the schools being taken over to a certain degree. This is a very, very serious issue, and I think people have dug their heels in. And this is just within the Democrat Party. So when people go
Sure.
and cast their votes, this could be one of those big issues on people's mind when they're voting for Jamal.
And so let me ask you this. Do you think Biden's stance on Israel has helped him? Do you think it's helped him? Do you think that this whole thing has helped Israel become a safer place? Or do you think that our actions have increased the sentiment of anti-Semitism throughout the country? Do you think that spending endless amounts of tax dollars on a country that already has socialized medicine has all of the benefits that we don't, and you continuously feed our tax money to them? Do you think that that increases love for Israel or hatred towards Israel?
So I definitely think it causes more challenges for Israel, and I don't.
It makes Israel unsafe.
And I don't like the response that the U.S. has made towards Israel, right? But I don't like the extreme stuff going on. For instance, I live in the Bay Area, and there have been a couple of times when I go and you go on the bridge, and the bridge stops. Why? Because people are protesting. Listen, I got to get to the bathroom, right? Now this is like, hey, I get it. We want to talk about protesting peacefully and patriotically, but now you're bringing me
I
in a
mean,
way that
did you
rubs me
have a
the.
problem when they did that for civil rights? Because they did the same exact things during the civil rights movement, right? Bridges were blocked, roads were blocked. Would you say the same thing shouldn't have happened during the civil rights movement?
I'll say this, with all due respect, the civil rights was local to the United States, right?
Uh-huh.
That we literally were being terrorized in our own country.
Okay, so you are now
No,
too,
no, no,
because
no, no,
there's
no,
a
no.
foreign
Listen.
lobbyist, right? A
No, no, no.
foreign lobbyist
I
advocating.
want to unpack this with you. All right.
Sure.
I don't think President Biden can control another country because I'm looking at what we're trying to get done here, and I see even in his own country, Joe Biden is getting a lot of pushback and
Yeah.
resistance, right? So I'm
Yeah.
just trying to be realistic about how we address the problem. Do I agree that it's a
Okay,
problem?
I'll be realistic about the
Okay.
problem.
Okay, so when you
Do
brought the
you
civil
do you
rights thing
think?
in, when you brought the civil rights
Yeah.
in, I just wanted to make
Mhm.
sure this is on the heels
It's
of all
affecting
the.
you directly.
But
It,
there's
it's a
history.
war on your tax
Wait a
dollars at
second.
this
No,
point,
no,
right?
no. There's a history of slavery, black folks being hung. There's things that have been codified against black people that
Mhm.
to me, when you are protesting like they had to do, and
Yeah.
even recently, the energy behind it isn't the same thing as what's going on
So
over there. So
are you saying that
I'm
the
not saying
plight?
they can't protest.
Mhm.
I'm just saying I
Yeah.
can't say they're the same cause. They're not the same.
Oh, no, they're not the same, but you know, you're making one sound like it's actually above the other when there is no comparison, right? We don't need to compare tragedies, right? Because the things that are happening to the Palestinian people are just as horrible as what has happened to the black community, right? Because they've been enslaved and occupied for over 70 years at this point, right? And let me ask you a question. Do you think that the $11 million that Joe Biden has taken from AIPAC over the course of his career affects his decision when it comes to this? Do you think that that matters?
I think it could impact somebody's judgment.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I,
So
but
if you say that
the
$11
thing.
million doesn't affect how someone does something, that's ridiculous,
But
right?
here's the
If
thing,
Joe
though.
Biden hadn't taken $11 million from AIPAC over the course of his career, right, there would be no more war because he would have stopped sending Israel money already. And if he would do that now, he would win the election hands down.
But Moo, the thing is that's speculative. The thing that I kind of am really trying to
Well,
get
no, the
cleared up.
$11 million from AIPAC is not
Hold
speculative.
on. No. You're likening the conflict in the Middle East to black people's struggle in the United States for freedom.
I'm likening the right
And-
of
and-
people
and
to
I-
protest.
But I just want to let
No,
you
I'm
know.
not likening the war.
I just want to let you know, right? Because I don't mind the conversation. I think these kind of conversations need to be had to a certain extent. I also know that I'm running a little out of time, but just to put a pin in it, and perhaps I can go further if we go live and I do the closet of truth, which I've always been promising. I would love to further have
Sure.
this conversation. I want to have this conversation more because
Yeah.
I think to me personally, I support the protesting. I'm being honest with you. And even
So do I.
today, if there's a protest and it interferes with my ability to get to and fro, I'm going to have problems. Even when they were protesting the George Floyd thing, it was like, if you're doing it and it's disrupting my life and it's not, then you're not really getting the help that you need out of me. That's just how I personally feel. But I also do believe there's a distinction between, and it needs to be respected on both sides. The issue that's going on with Israel and Palestine is completely different than the struggle of blacks in America.
So the right to protest is the right to protest, right?
No, it is.
Yeah.
That part I agree with
Okay.
you.
And
But the
do we normally?
The struggle.
So
Can you agree that the struggles are completely different?
the situations are different, but the right to protest doesn't change, right? Because Americans have the right to do that. And have you ever seen American college kids punished, having their degrees taken away because they criticize a foreign government? A foreign government, not even this one.
Listen, I have not, or I have. I don't know. I got to move it on. But I want to
Okay.
just say this: where I'm going to stop and where we can stop is just I would like there to be respect between everyone's struggle. I mean, the right to protest and legally do it. That's to me. I'm totally for that. I'm never going to change on that. But the struggle going on in this country, I don't want to get that conflated with struggles going on in another country that impact people here. It's two different
So are you
situations.
saying that the endless amounts of money we're giving to Israel aren't affecting the conditions in this country? What would you use that money for instead of giving it for a genocide?
No, no, I haven't made that. I haven't made that statement. I'm just simply pointing out that the struggles are different.
Yeah, the struggles are different. The right to protest remains the same. And
Yeah.
again, I've never seen Americans punished over protesting a foreign government.
Oh, I
Never.
get
And
it.
it's
All right.
happening now.
All right. All right. I got to move it on, my good friend. All right.
Have a
All
good
right.
one,
All
man.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Move the Tuxedo. All right. Oh, my goodness. What do we have here? I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Did you like the show, ladies and gentlemen? I am so sorry, but Zeus does have to get up out of here. Let's see. All right, I got to read. All right, I know this is a tough place to put it. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, are you still there? All right, all right. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I can't even open up my boxes. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Where is Okay. All righty then. All right. Brother Swerve, real quick. Swerve, are you there? All
What
right.
up, Zeus?
Hey, what up? What up? What up? All
Hey,
right, good.
appreciate you sticking around because I know you're way over time.
Yeah. Hold
Um,
on. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Keep going. Keep talking. All right.
but so we can go ahead and dismiss Kicking Ken because he just kicked off kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
And the Arvard Vestware, he's another one. You know, he came up into my live yesterday.
Yeah.
I let him in the box because he said I was lying about something. And I let him into the box and tell me what I'm lying about. And it was, listen, I don't care if you lie. No, no,
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what I lied about. See, Swervin, here's the thing. I don't care if you're lying. No, no, no. You said I was lying.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what I'm lying about. And he thinks people like him and Ken think
Now
that
you
they
keep
won
talking. All right.
something.
I gotta go take care of something real quick. But
Sure,
keep
go
talking.
ahead.
All right. Keep talking. I'm gonna.
People like him and Ken think that they won something. They haven't won anything. I mean, you didn't even win anything out of the cereal box. If you think that that's how you get a win, and I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not really looking for a win. I just want you to answer the question. If I ask you what do you think I'm lying about, and you're going to just sit there and constantly say you don't care if I lied, I still want to know what it was I lied about, so I can correct my information. But they'll never tell you that, and I just find it funny. Him, conservative Democrat, he's in your chat again this morning, and Aardvark Vestware, he's sitting there talking about all of these morons in your life. Well, you know what, Aardvark, you're one of the morons in this life, and you think that's some kind of flex, and it's not any kind of a flex. And then we have Moo Kitty, whatever his name was, sitting here asking all these ridiculous questions. And I get so sick of people trying to conflate other things that are happening in this world to civil rights and BLM and this other stuff. Trying to tell the black community what we should and should not be offended by. You think we in the time of civil rights we cared about what was going on overseas? We were being persecuted in our own country, lynched in our own country, having our houses burned down in our own country, having our churches burned down and bombed in our own country. And you want to conflate that to what's going on in Israel and Palestine? I mean, there's no comparison to that. There really isn't. I don't even know how you even twist your face to make that correlation. It's a ridiculous correlation. And I agree with Zeus. When these people get extreme with the protesting to where they're like taking over buildings, nope, you got to go. You absolutely have the right to protest. But that does not mean you have the right to take over buildings and take over property on a campus of a college or university. You absolutely do not have the right. None of us do. And when it happens and law enforcement has to get involved, you reap what you sow. That's the plain truth of it. And I don't know why people don't understand that. As far as our tax dollars going overseas, I got news for you people. You better wake up, because our tax dollars have been going overseas for decades. They have been going overseas for decades. Okay, I don't understand why this is all of a sudden people are coming with the phony outrage about our tax dollars going overseas. It's been going on for decades. But now all of a sudden, because of what's going on over there, it's oh my God, I can't believe this. Okay, and Joe Biden is pretty much stuck between a rock and a hard place. Any president would be. With the amount of loss of life that's happened in Palestine and along the Gaza Strip because of what Israel is doing, and then Joe Biden decides to withhold weapons from them, people are all bent out of shape over that. So, I mean, what do you want the man to do? Seriously. If it were me, I'd just, you know what, y'all not getting another bullet, because this has to end. But I don't get to make that decision. But I mean, just stop with the foolishness, people. Just stop it. You didn't win anything. You can't even win a prize out of a Cracker Jack box.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Well, did you
just stop
cover
it.
everything, Swerve? Did you cover everything? I'm so sorry.
I pretty much did. I don't know. I haven't been looking at the comments, but
Thank you so much, my good friend. I'm serious.
oh, not a problem, my friend. And like I said, Zeus, I appreciate you staying up because I know you're way over time. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, brother.
All right.
Goodbye to you, or not goodbye, but you have a great day, Zeus.
I'm gonna actually, I want to try to come back later today. I'm gonna be really intentional about trying to come back. I want to finish the conversation with Moo though, because it's one that needs to be it needs to be fleshed out. I'm assuming you touched on it. I heard.
Well, he doesn't need to be comparing protesting in this day and age to protests during civil rights. There is no comparison.
Okay.
When our people were being lynched and homes and churches being burned down and firebombed, and people being drugged behind vehicles. No, there is no comparison. There is no comparison when that was happening to us in our own country.
But his point was the right to protest, right? And
They absolutely, yeah, and I agree with that. They absolutely have the right to protest. But when you start taking over property and destroying property, that's when the police get involved, and you have to be ready to suffer the consequences of those actions.
Got it.
Pure and
All
simple.
right. Got it.
So,
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to
Zeus,
Brother
you have a
Swerve.
great day.
All
To the
right.
kingdom. Y'all be well. Y'all be safe, and doggone it, have fun while you do it.
All
And
right.
See you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Brother Swerve a round of applause. All right, G-Man, are you there? Where is G-Man, ladies and gentlemen? G-Man, are you there, buddy? G-Man, let's sing happy birthday and get up out of here. Hey, Wakanda, nice to see you. G-Man. My man, ladies and gentlemen, let's sing happy birthday to my good friend G-Man and wrap this show up, all right? G-Man, how are you doing?
Doing fine, thank you. I don't want to hold your time, man.
Let's
I know
go.
your busy schedule, man.
Let's go, G-Man. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's swag G-Man up. Let's sing him happy birthday. Uh-oh, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Get those happy birthdays out.
I heard it was somebody's
Thank you,
birthday.
Ann.
I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah. BJ Panda birthday song. Yeah. Today is your birthday. Say it loud. Today is your birthday. I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday. We gon' turn out. Party, get it lit and wild out. Put the can, we gon' sing. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
This man holds it down, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm honored.
Happy birthday, brother.
I am
Mad love, bro.
I love to you, everybody. Thank you.
Hey.
I want everybody to thank you. I learned a lot of stuff from your creators, young or old, different walks of life, different nationality, races, all that. We all got one thing in common: to fight this fascism, to fight these maggots, demons out.
Amen.
Our permanent office, local, state, and federal. Let's do our part. I just turned 60 yesterday. 60. Even though I'm looking. Look at that. Even though I don't look it. Don't look it. Yeah, try to be like Zeus.
Yeah,
Zeus.
hit him with it. Yeah.
Wakanda, Twilight Goddess, everybody else, I can't mention your names. Thank you for following me. Thank you for giving the knowledge that never too old to new things from y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Let's keep, do me a favor, everybody. Let's keep up the passion, the knowledge, the information put on TikTok. And Zeus, like early big beginning, all those topics you don't see in the other apps, but here. Keep what you're doing.
All right, brother.
I go with thank you.
All right.
I'm enjoying your time. I know you're busy. Everybody, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool, and be careful out there. Life's too short.
Right.
Peace. As a corporate survivor, I put it off. A lot of people didn't make it in this world. We still keep on fighting. Man, came in upstairs to fight these fascists out of office, wherever they're at. Thank you. Thank you for your time, man. I'm gonna let you go, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give G-Man one last round of applause. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this broadcast. I am out of here. Normally, I would play the song, but you know what? We're short on time. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning, and don't do nothing out there in those TikTok streets.